Yeah, my webcam's still being dumb, so we're just not gonna do that. Just like turned
Okay.
off for some reason, so we'll say forget it.
Okay.
Loading
So
in. Game capture. Wonderful. Here we are.
no, it says Explorminate plays BattleTech
Doesn't, you
right now.
crazy.
Yes, it does in the banner. You need to clean that up.
I updated it.
Update again. Because it still says Explorminate plays BattleTech on the banner.
No, it just has to refresh. It's all up to date if you look at Twitch, so
Okay, let's
it's
see.
just updating.
Okay, let me. Okay, we got two people in our stream.
There we go.
Okay, there we go. All right.
You see it, right?
I see it
All the
now.
beauty of
Right. So
our
does that
city.
mean are people listening to us now?
Yeah, yeah, we're live. Yes. We are good. So, how many turns am I in? Oh, 45 turns in this game. Jeez, that's more than I thought.
So how come why are you 45 turns in?
Because I wanted to show off a little bit of the mid game. Because honestly, I think beginning of any sort of 4X game is not my favorite. I know some people love
Mhm.
that, but I'm just want to go shoot, shoot, kill stuff. And this game's pretty good at that. So, I know we talked before where you only have your one city. I spent 4 turns to find this location
Mhm.
because it gives me like bonus influence, research, and such because it's that snow tile.
Mhm.
And that's actually played out really well for me because I'm a bonus in all of my resources and such. But this is kind of where we stand. We have our city. We've
Mhm.
got our tactical marines with our fortress, some assault marines with devastator marines on the way. How long do we got? 4 turns. We just researched them. Oops. And then my captain over here is just hunting for gold, such
Mhm.
as this. Let's see what we have. Sometimes this is nothing great. Sometimes it's something nice. It is forbidden knowledge. Oh, it's a level? Okay. Might as well use that, I guess. That's cool. And we're going to grab healing surge. So I did spend some money to tank him up. So he's got, as you remember before, probably
Hey,
like,
Hey, it's Ben
hey,
joining us.
hey,
yo,
good old Ben.
are you starting mid game?
Yeah, I am.
Yes.
So I'm just introducing everyone to the situation here. We just got our tanky captain over here, and we're trying to hold the line along this lake against the Necrons right here. And they've been streaming units about one at a time in, so I think we're going to be okay. I'm hoping, but we'll see.
All right. So, uh, one of the guys in the stream in the chat right now,
Hmm.
a community member, he suggested that we change the color of the Space Marines, which we did, that we move the banner so they can see stuff, which we did. So that's all thanks to him.
Yeah, the stuff over here
So,
where our banner is, it's just the research turns. So you're not, if you can't read that, you're not missing anything. It's just how many turns until we research our next tech. So nothing too exciting. Let's see. Okay, and so I want to take these Necrons out, but I think we need a little bit more.
Are they to the north?
Yeah, they're the yellow city right here, so you can see their nice eerie
mhm.
glow. Oh,
Oh, they got a big city too.
I think they're building long, I hope. I don't know. Like, I hope it's not like that big, but we could be hosed. We'll
You
see.
you did up the difficulty, right?
Yeah, yep.
Well, so maybe they're maybe they're unhindered.
Yeah, remains to be seen what the AI advantages are at this stage, because of course this is still beta. Games live for pre-order now. Is that right, Nate? It's live for pre-order?
Yeah, the pre-order began. I believe we are on the second day of the pre-order,
Cool.
and I believe it is going for 39.99 US.
Yeah.
And there are several different, I guess, extras that you get. So you get a neutral unit that is going to harass everybody, but it appears to be a chaos unit, and you're also getting some 7 wallpapers and the soundtrack for the game. So if you like the music, and you pre-order now, that's all included. If you don't like the music, I don't know what to tell you, man. It's grim dark. That's all there is to it.
It's good music. It's good background music. I think they did a pretty good job with it. You know. So we just got land speeders research. We didn't play with them before, did we? So they've got our heavy bolters. This game I actually just skipped the armory and scout bikes
Hmm.
entirely, and didn't build an armory until probably about turn 40, and I just rushed space marines of various types and sizes, and that seemed to work really well um, so far. Let's see what we have on the research tree. I'm kind of tempted to get a predator, although dreadnoughts. I mean, you kind of have to go dreadnought, don't you?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Let's
okay. So it's the Lord of the Skulls, which is appropriate, you
go
know,
for Skull for the
because
Sultan. Yeah,
right for the event.
I'm so glad they brought this
So
promotion back. Like I remember last year, I was like, that is the best idea for like Games Workshop, and then just to have the whole everybody included, it's pretty cool.
nice. And we got a bunch of people in chat right now, a couple of different conversations going on.
Yeah, shoot me questions, guys. I've played about 12 hours of this. I only have access to Space Marines at this point, but they stay pretty true to the tabletop version. I'd say they're pretty elite, pretty beefy, like to shoot stuff. They do a good job.
So I'm also concurrently watching the Steam stream.
Hmm.
So I was wondering if we're going to get put on that at any point or not. I don't know what's happening with that. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if he's actually playing on Steam and streaming it and getting it. This is, this dude is apparently pretty big. And I'm looking at the comments and people are complaining that the game is slow. And I'm watching him play and he's like he's almost
Flying
like
through.
he's playing an RTS.
I
And I'm like, "Oh man, that's slow." Okay, sure. Why not?
mean, it is a
He's going
4X.
fast.
It is a
So,
4X.
all right, so chat, let's see. So no borders around your M faction like Civ. No, why don't you go to your city real quick
Hmm.
and let's see if yeah, you see if you look, you'll see the borders.
Yeah.
They're white because that's the color of the Space Marine chapter. And
Hovering around them right
since the
now.
Space Marines are playing they only have the single city, they don't have the same type of fast border pop as multiple cities might have, especially if they're close to each other.
Yeah, and we're the solo city. It just the borders expand as you select tiles. So you can see right here. I probably should expand out my city. Oh, which way do we want to go? Do we need? We're gonna take energy. So this spot provides 3 building slots because it's got that nice 3, and it gives me
Mhm.
a 25% boost to energy. So we're gonna take that because we're slightly down, and all Space Marines use energy for is upkeeping your buildings. So Necrons use it more like we use Reco. Ooh, what do we got here? Sinotech Spider. He looks nice. Hi, buddy. Did you come to play?
Yeah.
He came to play. We're gonna get into his cracker. Oh yeah, we've got our anti-vehicle grenades, so we're gonna lead with them. It's gonna do a lot more. What?
That's what you call it.
And Devastator Marines for the win. Bye, friend. Go die.
Comment. You reinforce where your border is the 40K way through
Hmm.
overwhelming firepower.
Yes, you don't waste time with political borders.
Well,
Maybe if you play what is it? Imperial Guard, there might be a border like where your bodies are, but
mhm.
I don't know. We'll have to see what they do with them.
So here's a question. So another question.
Yeah.
Do you control the border pop by basically buying the tiles, right?
Yeah, you invest, you expend your production to basically
Hmm.
expand your city, and then that provides you with spaces to build buildings, and then
Hmm.
your buildings have to be worked by people, so that's what population is used for. So right now we need 8 buildings, 8 required, or we need 8 people at least. 'Cause we have 8 buildings. We have 9 with the max at 12.
Right,
So,
right.
um, and
And
on,
then another question was if you have some kind of a special resource. So the way the Space Marines play here is a little bit like the cultists in Endless Legend, where it's just the one city,
yep.
and in order to take area, you have to like take a particular resource. So with the Space Marines, you have a drop pod that you drop, and it expands like what, like 7 hexes around it.
That's actually really vague to me. So far, I just do adjacent. I think it slowly works out, but there's not anything I can find in the compendium. Basically, it's like their version of Sidpedia or whatever they call it in every other game,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm. Hmm.
So it's a Fortress Redemption, and so when I go to drop one, you can see these are all kind of the special resource locations. So I can get bonuses to requisition, influence, or whatnot. I've only dropped one by requisition. Think of that as your money, your gold. It is used for upkeep and buying buildings. And then this is influence, or sorry, loyalty. So my city
Hmm.
doesn't lose production as it expands with corruption or whatnot.
Uh-huh.
And
Uh-huh.
then, yeah, I just have not dropped any too far away because they do cost like
Hmm.
150 influence, so that's, I don't know, what's the math there, 16, 17 turns or so. Um, so you don't want to just like drop them out and let some random AI that I haven't found yet snipe them. That's what
Right.
I'm worried
Right.
about. So we are going to take down the Necron Royal Court here, I think, though. It's pretty big,
Nice.
so it's got 80 health. My beefy
Hmm.
captain has 16 for perspective. And let's get
So in the
devastated
comments,
here.
comment from one of the members is that he believes there's a tech that extends the borders for these drop pod, drop ship, drop pod.
Yes, I think there is, and we can grab that in a second. I'm glad you brought that up. There's Fortress Expansion. So it says
Hmm.
increases the influence radius of the city, and this
Hmm.
is there's a third tier also the city. So I'm a little vague. This is your city. These are not cities, but we'll grab that after Dreadnoughts here in 2 turns and experiment with that. But again, I've researched that tech before. I haven't seen any sort of feedback with the UI on like what the radius is or anything, so
Hmm.
we'll have to check that out.
So so maybe as a feedback to the guys, to the devs,
Oh dang, don't lose
is
the
that
assault marines.
they
So,
need to expand their
so
compendium,
yeah,
their
it's a little vague right there. I mean, most of the
Or
game's
just the
actually pretty
tooltips,
straightforward.
maybe.
or
Yeah,
the tool or the mouse over tooltips.
that would probably be best. Yeah, that would be my suggestion. Because again, after
Okay.
playing just Space Marines for 12 hours, I'm still like, how does that work exactly? I don't think anyone necessarily wants that.
Oh,
So we're just all piling
okay.
in on this little royal court.
And how
Gonna
does
die.
range affect things? I've noticed that if you're further back,
Yeah, great question.
you do less
So
damage.
they actually, and like Slytherin, they're awesome if you've played Sanctus Reach with bringing over the tabletop all the stinking rules from like this gun does this, this, and this compared to that gun. Let's pull up our tactical marines. So it's times 5 right now because I have 5 guys. If I had 4 guys, it would be times 4 all of these statistics. So they
Hmm.
have rapid fire. So at half
Hmm.
range,
Hmm.
it has increased damage. So they have a range of 2. So if they're adjacent, it's going to do more damage. And then Kraken Bolt is a tech I've researched to increase their damage. If we look at something like the Devastator, they have range 3, and then it's a heavy weapon. So again, just like the tabletop game, if you move with
Right.
heavy weapon, you're going to have that reduced chance to hit. So your accuracy drops. So right now, if they don't move, they have 6 shots. No, sorry, they each get 1 shot with a 50% chance to hit. So I mean, you don't really want to drop that below 50%. These guys hit like a hammer, but if they miss, it's not doing anything. Does that answer your
Not a
question?
s- not a strong hammer.
Yeah, it's like a hammer in the wind. It's like, oh, you missed.
I didn't mean like the range of the weapon. I meant if you're the other stream I was watching, it looked like if he was back, maybe if instead of standing right next to him, he was back a tile or two, he did less damage.
Yeah, so that would be at least with tactical marines because you get that bonus if you're closer.
Okay.
Um, Assault marines where they have a melee weapon and a bolter, like they can shoot at range, but you
Yeah.
want them next to it so that they use their bolter and their sword. So it kind of can affect like what weapons activate, and then
Mm-hmm.
accuracy, and then any added damage are kind of the 3 main factors there, I think.
I feel bad for the guy streaming on Steam because it doesn't look like anybody is helping him moderate it.
Oh no,
So there's all these people talking and asking questions, and I'm like answering questions with them. I'm like, why am I answering their questions? Why am I giving them all this pertinent information?
because you're
So
such a good
guys on
chapter
our stream,
master.
I guess. So people watching it on our stream, please ask us questions here. I don't want to be moderating on Steam
Let's see
because they're kind of
here.
snarky in a bad way. And since I had to turn on, engage my profanity filter, I can't really express the
profanity
type of
filter
snark. Yeah,
engaged. And for those of you who don't know, that takes a lot of self-control from Nate. So we appreciate your sacrifice, buddy.
right. People don't realize why I don't stream like, oh, how come you don't make videos? You know, you're interesting. And I'm like, because my videos would be demonetized before I even finish making them. Like I would
I don't know
demonetize
about
it.
that. We'll see.
No. Not that we're making any money on it, but the fact is like I use so much profanity when I play these games that like people would turn it on and immediately their ears would blister and like their headphones would start melting. They'd be like, "What am I watching? No, no, thank you, no, thank you." You know, so that's not good.
And we just got
Oh, that's
dreadnoughts,
brilliant.
so it's gonna get real here.
Right. Let me see. So okay, so using the right type of weapon seems to make a big difference. Lack of armor penetration on some weapons, for example, makes them do almost
Hmm.
nothing to certain units.
That's
Absolutely.
very true. Yeah, so my
Absolutely.
captain's a good example of that. He has 12 armor, and each armor
Hmm.
reduces damage by 8%. So think of it as like Ren. Like if you had 2 armor penetration, that would reduce that 12 to 10. And so, that's 16% more damage you do. That's definitely something to pay attention to. And we did lose some assault marines. I'm so sad. Might as well move our tacticals up though for the increased damage.
Oh.
Land speeder ho. Okay, he's gonna go do some scouting for us. Got our dreadnought coming. We'll get another assault marine up since we lost one. And then yeah, let's grab fortress expansion to answer that question earlier and maybe play around with
Okay.
that.
Okay.
It's 3
Definitely.
turns. Oh, they got a wannabe lord. I say wannabe because he's got 7 hits
Oh,
and no armor, so he's not great. And he'll take a marine or 2 down, but my assault team will probably eat him up this next turn.
So I'm also keeping track of um
Oh.
the stream on Steam,
Mm-hmm.
and he's playing with the Necrons over there.
Nice.
And it's
We're
they're
stomping
definitely
Necrons.
not one. Yeah, they're not one city. They're like more like traditional. It looks cool. I think it's I think I want to play them. That's what it is.
The Necrons. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to pick them on.
I want to,
So
I'm
are
excited for the
mhm.
orcs because they have some pretty cool units. Like they've got their
Ah,
bomber unit and stuff that just
hmm
like
and they
looks
got the
really
WA.
cool.
They got the
Yeah.
WA.
are there
So
flanking bonuses and such?
Not that I've noticed. Nope.
really,
Good question.
Well, there is morale, right? So,
There's morale. Yeah. So it's built off the if people take damage and die around you, that you're gonna do less damage, and it's a 25 then a 50% damage reduction, I believe. But of course,
yeah,
Space
but
Marines
that's
is
not.
no fear. But
Yeah, but that's not really a flanking bonus.
no, but it's some combat bonus. Oopsie. So
Yeah.
yeah, they just got shaken if you see that. So I now do
Wait,
25.
the Necrons got shaken.
No, the Space Marines were
no.
shaken.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say these are some weak Necrons if they're shaken. You know.
The machines that have no feeling.
Yeah, the automatons are afraid.
Okay, we're gonna kill them right here. And that's one city down. So they started right next to me and they were butting heads with me from turn like 5, so it's nice to take them out.
So yeah. So comment orcs sound like fun. I think they're going to be. I think the orcs are going to be the most aggro of the races, meaning you got to be like expanding, attack. If you try to like sit back on your haunches and kind of play a relaxing game, you're going to need to play somebody else.
Yeah, you may trouble. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so I've got a flyer unit here. I haven't messed with land speeders too much, but the way I researched this game led to that. So see like the rocky cliffs, they're low flying, hover speeders, whatever you want to go. They're land speeders, right? So I can't just jump up here. I have to have enter into low land. So
Oh,
that's
on
kind
a
of cool though.
beach.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean that's kind of cool. You can't just get stuff running up everywhere. Get a kill
What do
No,
you
here.
hmm, interesting.
Boom. Defeated.
yeah. What are some of the other? Is there going to be Eldar? I haven't seen any Eldar.
So Imperial Guard, Orc, Necron, and Space Marine are what the
Right,
game's launching with.
and they actually mentioned somewhere else that they're already looking. They don't have any units. They don't have the mechanics down yet, but they're already considering two factions for expansion or DLC. We
Okay.
don't know which factions, but I mean, like you said, there's Eldar, Dark Eldar. You have
Let's level up our
you can do
captain
the Tau. You
here.
can do Chaos. You got the Tyranids. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do.
I would
Yeah,
hope they would do like something like Tyranids, Eldar, or Tau because they're just so underutilized. I
I
feel
love,
like,
I love
oh,
the Eldar.
yeah, you always get
Custodian
your
asked the
Space Marine.
question.
Yeah. So what faction was giving you the hardest time? I
Hardest
think the
time?
neutrals, right? The neutrals.
Oh yeah, they had these mind control jerks. They suck.
Hmm. Enslavers, by the way.
Honestly,
They're called enslavers. Mind flayers or something else.
um, I'd say Imperial Guard is kind of weak right now, but also from what I can see in the compendium, they're not like featured in, like they don't have their unique abilities and stuff built in, or like their what do you call it, race mechanics. Uh, I'd say maybe Necron, just because they can regenerate, they have access to like regenerating, and they can heal their units on the go a little easier and stuff like that. So that would be my say.
Hmm.
Features. Okay, so I have that rank 2 um, built, and when I click on the city, I don't see any different bonus. It's still just harvest resources from adjacent features. So well, it's still kind of unclear how the redemption fortresses expand.
Oh, okay. Have you seen any of the top tier units?
As top as I've got, I haven't seen Terminators yet. That's where I'm hoping to get
Mhm.
today.
Okay. Remember how I was asking you about the Bane blades?
Yes.
So you haven't seen anything like that, right? Or the
No,
monolith
Imperial
for
Guard
the
have a hard
Necron?
time surviving right now because where this
Mhm.
is early, it's still like an early beta. They're not like fully feature implemented, so I think the AI struggles to compete against the other factions that like do have their abilities they work around and things like that. So,
So okay, here's a question: is this game all resourced for war? If so, range unit is predominant in combat?
no, not at all. Salt Marines kick some serious trash. Like serious trash. Dreadnoughts up close, destroy things. Depends on the
Right.
unit. My Devastator Marines, that's like your tier 3 ranged Marine unit. So they're gonna do a lot of damage, but Assault Marines are awesome. That's why I queued up another um, group of them when the others died. And they can do this really cool jump thing. Look at that. Whee! Now it's actually really nice for, because it is a 1 unit per tile, it really helps
Hmm.
manage that. So you can get behind to hit, you can work with your moving front and such, as opposed to units like your Devastator Marines. You're not going to want to move them. You're going to get a hit penalty and such. So, but good question. I don't feel like it's focused on range. There's a lot of guns because it's the future, but I don't feel like you have to bring guns. You can bring your chain swords and do just fine.
No, you need your guns. Are you kidding me?
Well, you need both, but like, all right. So I'm trying to find. There's like 4 other AI out here, and they must be fighting amongst themselves because I have not seen anyone yet. Here's our dreadnought. Look at him. He's a beauty.
Hmm.
Call
Hmm.
him call him Old Faithful. I don't know. But yeah, so Dreadnought, first unit that I've noticed, at least tier-wise, that has 3 different weapons. So you've got your multi-meta, your Power Fist, and your Stormbolter. So you really want to bring that Power Fist in with its damage 8. That's the strongest. It hits as much damage as the other 2 guns combined. So if you can get
Hmm.
in close
Hmm.
range, you're going to empty two types of weapons and then a fist on them, effectively increasing your damage, like twofold. So yes, melee is important.
Hmm. All right. So let's see. So I'm thinking in like 5 minutes,
Hmm.
I'm gonna post up our email for those that don't know it, and have people email, and I'll pick somebody from those emails
Oh crap! We
for.
found.
Oh,
Oh,
what'd you find?
oh, the enslavers. And of
Oh,
course,
your
my
favorite
Devastator Marines
unit.
are right by them.
Bye.
No, we're gonna go chop them
Oh,
up, turn them into fodder.
right.
Ugh. Oh, thank goodness. Yeah, that's why you want to bring Scout because I do not want to lose my level 4 Devastator Marines. Like they have leveled up a lot. I probably should use my Land Speeder. Sorry to cut you off there. I was just freaking
No,
out.
no, it's okay. It's okay. So we got a bunch of keys that we can give out for the preview build.
Mm, nice.
So. for those that are watching here now. We were supposed to be getting signal boosted by Slytherin, but I have no idea. I'm I'm not even gonna try to figure that one out.
Ooh, look, we found a old one obelisk. Nice. There's a little power-ups. They'll give you like damage bonuses, movement bonuses, a variety of things. You can heal up. Skip. Dreadnought, let's go. Okay. And we've got just the crew running around, you know, the little AI
hmm
dogs.
hmm That you will see how not little they are once the tower in the game. You'll see the crude being used correctly.
Okay, let's heal you up. Alright, good. We're through the forest. That is slow and not fun to go through.
Yeah, so like the more I watch it, the more I see why you want to play somebody with a light color. Because if you're playing like a dark color, like say you have green Space Marines or anything, you're not gonna see them on the map. They're gonna be invisible to you.
Visible to the human eye.
Right.
Alright, we're going to drop a fortress here for the energy and requisition bonus, but I have to have line of sight. Okay.
Yeah, uh-huh. Yep.
'Cause,
Comment. I like how dangerous the neutral units are. Oh, they're very
oh, they
dangerous.
are. Yeah, these guys are trash, but like everything else is actually quite scary, I would
Like the
say.
Catachan devils.
Yeah, they're scary. There's just a lot of scary guys. Fly this way. Nope, nothing. Oh, here's some orcs. Found
Oh, you found
ourselves
the. Did you
tank
find the whack?
bustas. Some tank bustas, I think
Uh-huh.
is how you'd
L-
pronounce that if you're gonna say it in true orcish.
Yeah,
There
reclusive.
should be a Z, shouldn't there?
Tank
With a what?
bustas.
At the end, like
Some of them
tank
have
buses.
Z's and some of them are S's. I think it depends on how you slur it.
Mm.
Good question though, yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, in the lore it's like that too.
Okay, we've got our Fortress of Redemption. That's a good spot for it. And what we're really going to work for is getting those orbital drops because we are going to need
hmm
those. Because
And
otherwise
here
it's
you
going to
go.
be
So,
forever.
do you see the borders right there when you dropped it? Can you hide? Does it give you borders, or is it going to grow per turn, or how is that going to work?
No, yeah, there's no borders. You just select it. And it's the same outline as any unit. The green circle. Yeah.
hmm
And there's no tooltip here. It just says adjacent feature.
Oh,
So,
interesting. So it would be nice if they actually showed it. If there was something in the
yeah, I
graphic.
mean, if I was playing on my own and not streaming, I'd probably just like do a load save and like test it out real quick. I guess I could do that, but right now I'm gonna need my influence in about 20 turns to reinforce with orbital pods, so I don't want to just like let's try to figure out what this actually means. Oh, they're shooting at someone else. Oh, look at that. Did you see that crawl in
hmm
there? That was
I did.
scary.
Uh
Someone
huh.
in the okay. They've got a war buggy and a weird boy. He's another
hmm
fake boss. And then oh, we've got Psychinian. I don't know how you'd say that. How do you say that, Nate? What are those? Are they
Oh,
from the
I
lore? Or is
can't.
that just something you make up?
No, no. I'm zoomed out because I'm paying attention to the
Ah, you're
chat.
all good. It's some weird
Yeah.
flying bug thing. I don't think it's actually an army. I
Oh,
think it's just a.
Vespid is a Vespid.
It wasn't Vespid. No, it was something else. But
If you give me the name, I'll tell you what it is.
it was like, well, I've lost him. It's fine. It was like
Okay, they're right.
Psychonuian? I don't know.
Do you know if you can turn off those like the cloud graphics? See how
The
the
Fog of
clouds are
War.
just no. See how the clouds are just kind of hovering over the surface. You can kind of see the shadows of the clouds.
Oh, not that I've noticed. No, good question.
Uh, no, but isn't that part of the? You know how you have on the map, you have fog of war. Isn't that kind of like part of the fog
No,
of
it's
war?
separate. It's like if you look at a tile, you can see like they have a lighting system built in
Oh,
where
I
it's like
see. I
clouds are
see
Yeah.
it. I
moving.
see it.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. I don't know. That doesn't look bad. It doesn't. It's pretty good.
Ooh, we got a war boss up here. Okay, war boss. We're gonna have some fun this turn.
hmm
So we're gonna kill the weird. Oh, come on, let me take my turn. Oh man, uh, giant scorpion bug is attacking our tower here. That's not good.
So
The
you kind of
cat
have to
check.
defend all those towers like
Yeah,
that.
you really do. That's why I don't want to just drop them out. They provide nice bonuses,
Hmm.
but they are. I mean, they can hold their own for a little bit, but they're also kind of week, you know?
So I'm looking on Steam,
Yeah.
and the channel is offline right now.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, put us up there, man.
That makes for an interesting kind of choice, whether you have to expand to get those towers and then you kind of have to stretch a little thin, at least in the beginning.
I think it does all throughout because you can't. It really limits spamming them because you could build
Oh,
a
okay.
building that generates influence and easily drop one of these every 5 to 10 turns without thinking about it, and then you just have an overpowered economy. Um, it does make you choose, which is cool. Not that you're gonna have like city spam with Space Marines. Oh, there it is, Orc City. Um, but yeah, it's a nice decision you have to make because it is more
I
of a.
wonder if they'll have. I wonder if they'll have random. I don't know how it would work just for Space Marines, but maybe later in the game when you cleared out all the neutral mobs,
Ha,
Hmm.
he
if
died.
they spawn randomly near your towers or close
Mm.
by, so you kind of have to
So
keep defending them.
there are hives for the scorpion-like dude that pulled up a minute ago, the Catchin Devil, I guess. They have
Hmm.
hives you can find and destroy that are on the map, and then you get a little loot for it. The other dogs, I think, they seem to more randomly spawn, but they're so weak that they're not a problem. I feel
Okay.
like as you expand, stuff kind of just doesn't respawn in though, because like this area is where I began. We're not going to see any neutral units come in this area, I don't think.
Oh, so you don't have respawns basically.
I don't think so. I think
Yeah.
it might be a finite amount, and uh, yeah, it's hard to say. I'm not exactly sure how that would.
That would be interesting. I can understand if you like clear the neutrals,
Oh,
which
Storm Knight's gonna
are,
hit.
whatever monsters, denizens. But it would be interesting if you have like chaos rifts opening up and just spilling out all
Right.
kinds of
Don't even
chaos
get me started,
demons and things
man.
like.
I play Total War, Warhammer all the time, and it's just like
Hmm.
endless. Like, oh, Chaos gets an auto win stack. Let's go beat them. Don't do that, Slytherin. Don't do that. It's
No,
annoying.
not no no. It wouldn't be like that. It wouldn't be. It
uh,
wouldn't be
Just
like
to
that.
harass. Yeah, just to
Yeah,
harass
yeah,
you.
it would just be like demons. It wouldn't be actual, worshippers and cultists. It would be just the
yeah.
way it is in
Okay.
the game now. Or maybe you have like wild orcs from some sporing body just pop up in a small city, pops up, and the orc
That'd be
horde
cool.
begins, and a non-affiliated savage orcs.
Yeah, that could be cool. So I'm going to use Orbital Strike here. I just got my captain to level 6. So it's his elite ability. You can drop this anywhere on the map since it is orbital. I'm going to drop it on these Dreadnought wannabes. Kill one of them.
Reclusive mind took exception to my comment about the demons. Just demons, he says.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna be able to say something lesser, like I don't know, a scrib or I don't know. I know scrib isn't a unit, but that's what I thought of. Just like one of those spiders or something. Not a
Yeah.
demon.
What?
The
Really? They're gonna stream Talisman now on the Steam?
boom.
Okay, I don't know, man. I don't know. All right, I'm not
Okay,
gonna
get
worry
this
about it. They're
data's gonna
doing what they're
blow up.
doing.
Here we go. Kidoki. So, Dreadnought. Dreadnought's really powerful too because it doesn't lose power unless it dies. So like the orc, like Walker Boys or whatever they're called,
Hmm.
there's two of them. So like if you kill one of them,
Mhm.
they're half damage outputs. So single units like that with the Space Marines are.
Oh, power. I thought you meant like they can only go for 15 turns before they can't. You have to recharge
Oh
them or
no!
something.
So like my land speeder, just one of them died here. So now instead of
Yep.
2 shots from the bolters, we're doing one a turn. So I'm gonna want to
Yeah.
move him back somewhere in a
Didn't they
minute.
talk about that in Age of Wonders? Did they have that? I think when you
No, in Age
lost
of
more
Wonders,
units.
if you had a unit of
Yeah.
6 guys and there were 1 health left, like that guy hit just as hard as 6, which
Yeah,
was
some
kind
people
of
complained
annoying.
about that.
Yeah.
The natural enemy of the demon is the shotgun.
Strange.
Someone
I
been
think this
playing
comes
Doom.
this comes from Ash, from
Or Doom, maybe.
Yeah, I'm
no
thinking
no
Doom.
no
Like that
no
totally
it's
makes me think of Doom.
because they have
Ash versus Evil Dead.
Oh, that could be it too.
right
Yeah.
because he basically has a chainsword if you think about it as the replacement for his hand. He's got a chainsaw there, so that's the closest that anybody gets to a chainsword that's not in Warhammer, right?
Yeah.
Gears of War, they've got pretty much the same thing, right?
Yes, that's true, but that's it's
They
something else
didn't
that
they didn't
like
invent it, no, but let's see here. I wonder where the chainsaw was invented. That'd be an interesting rabbit hole. Someone on Wikipedia find out who invented the chainsaw. What part of media did that first
who
emerge in?
shotgun is from Doom, right?
Okay. So what do we want to do here? So I've got three Paka Karens, so that is triple the speed for production for Marines, which is great. Um, got one more slot to build out. Influence research. Maybe we're gonna go
So
armory.
Twitch auto corrected me. I'm trying to write boomstick, and it's all this is my broomstick.
Oh.
I fixed it before I posted about the broomstick.
Oh, it's okay, Nate. We forgive you. You and your
So
broomsticks.
I believe that we're having a discussion right now about the shotgun, and I believe the Evil Dead precedes Doom by quite a bit.
Ash vs. Evil Dead?
Yeah.
No, no, just Evil Dead, the first movie. Because
Oh,
Ash
something even
versus
did.
Evil Dead is the series that's based on three movies. You have Evil Dead 2, and Evil Dead 3 Army of Darkness.
Guard mode, guard mode. Dreadnought, come up here, my friend. This
Okay.
is wireweed and it sucks. It will hurt you if you go in it. So that's why I'm avoiding it like the plague. We got regeneration. So I pulled these Assault Marines back because they are level 5. So they do
Mhm.
50% more damage and have 50% more morale, health, and all that. So we really just don't want them to die because that is an investment. So that is one thing I really like about. I think everyone will play that way. The Necrons do. So yeah, it's probably universal. You really want to hold on to units. It makes them really valuable, the veterancy.
Very good. So I'm getting a couple of emails right now
Yeah.
for people that are putting their name in for a key, which
It,
is good. So letting you know, I've gotten already a few emails, and I don't know. Tell me in chat. Do I announce the winner in chat, or do I just have a conversation with you via email? It's up to you guys.
via email. Let's see.
So,
This has
question: does
got
Wireweed only hurt infantry? I think Wireweed will slow down any kind of
everybody.
unit,
Yeah,
right?
it doesn't pick. It will hurt anything. At least it gets scout bikes, so I assume it's everything. I'm not gonna put my dreadnought through it though. Sorry, stream. It's not happening.
Just test it. It's right there.
No, he's gonna go kill stuff.
Wireweed, send him to kill some wireweed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish.
Can you destroy the ground? Like
Oh,
attack the ground?
no. You can, if you have a city, you can clear
Mm-hmm.
forest and things like that. But usually
Okay.
it's not worth it because the advantage you get from the city, I feel like, outweighs the ability to
Mhm.
have one more building slot because you can expand nearly indefinitely. Looks like the orcs might
Right.
have a second city here, which could be good.
Already?
I
That's
mean,
good.
look right there. Yeah, I mean,
He's
looks
on
like
turn
this.
73. That's pretty. That's like mid. They might expand faster. Not sure how the orcs play.
Yeah, we don't
Mhm.
get to expand, but we don't need to expand. All right,
You're Space
if
Marines. If
someone's
you can,
watching who isn't a follower, will someone please hit the follow button? Just for me, you can unfollow us if you like hate me, that's fine, but like I did put a
Oh,
pretty cool
okay. I didn't
graphic.
know we could unfollow you.
Yeah.
No, you're not. No, you're not allowed to unfollow him.
The emperor wills
Okay.
it, we'll put it that way. So someone is
Okay.
sitting there, just hit it. It'll be worth your time. It's like 5 seconds that will make you chuckle. Okay,
I
here
did
comes the
notice on
orcs.
the Necron stream, whenever the Necrons attack, they kind of say phrases. Like their
Mm-hmm.
phrases popped above their heads. Is that happening here? I didn't
I'm
notice.
not showing that. That's interesting. Yeah, he had a different build. The Necrons. I don't have the ability to
Oh,
play
you're
them.
probably. Are you talking about the stream that they had on Steam?
Yeah, I think he had a beta. I think he had a beta build.
Maybe. I don't know. I was hoping we'd get that build too, but we didn't. So
Boom.
whatever. I like the Space Marines more anyway. So yeah.
Yeah, Space
There
Marines
you
with
go.
a friggin' bomb diggity, man. Like,
Let's see what is
okay.
going on here. You're attacking the orcs, I believe. Yes.
I'm blowing some orcs up,
Or
killing
those Solera
choppas.
units.
They're dead. That's what I don't know. They're dead.
Oh, Death Coptus. Okay.
Death Cop does. That makes sense, I guess. And we might kill this city here, which
Is
would be
that
really
with
good.
an S or with a Z?
Both.
No, there was no Z. They need more Zs.
Yeah, they do.
I
Bring
will
the
say
Z's.
I will say as much to them. By the way, guys, if you guys have any Warhammer questions, you're welcome to ask.
Yeah.
And in case you don't know, we have a two-part series on the website. I'm gonna put the link real quick in the chat in case you haven't read it. There it is. And we're gonna have another one shortly, part two of this, and that should answer quite a few of your questions about what is going on
Okay.
in the Warhammer 40k universe at this point.
Basically, Taos are the best. You should just Tau rock. Everyone else sucks,
You know,
but
Tau suck, dude.
no, they don't. I just started a
They
Tau
have cool,
army. That's why.
they have cool mech. I'll give you that.
They do.
But they're very squishy and very
Yeah,
fragile.
but if you it doesn't matter how squishy you are. You shoot the other guy
Okay,
first.
here's a comment. Orcs are the least evil race. Interestingly enough, I think in Warhammer 40k there's quite a bit of truth to that.
I'm trying to think. I mean, I know
Oh,
like.
so here's a question. Are there any ways to get units across the map faster through tech or maybe a ship or something?
Oh, there is. We are gonna get orbital deployment here soon, which lets you just
There you
deploy them
go.
right from town. So that's why we're saving up our influence because it costs 50
Yeah.
influence every time, and you do need it because with the one city, like we are very stretched thin. So before we attack this next orc city, I'm gonna heal everybody up and just kind of post up, if you will.
Somebody's got a mechanical keyboard in the background.
Well,
They're
that's me,
typing away
sorry.
furiously.
And the Necrons have a teleport, I saw.
Yes, they do. They do.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah,
Oh, the Tyranids are not evil. They're just hungry.
they're just hungry, man. They just need a
For
Snickers
life.
bar.
Yeah, they're like Snickers. They're like
They're
Mars. They're
hangry.
like M&Ms. And in human speak, that's human. They're like Orc. They're like Tau. They wiped out the stunties because
Oh,
they're super
man.
tasty.
Yeah, I'm still bitter. There's no space dwarves. Like, come on.
There used to be, but they got eaten.
That's just dumb, man. Space
The,
dwarves
the
for
Hive
life.
Fleet got to them.
Yeah.
Okay,
Which difficulty is this?
One above medium, so or
Okay.
default. So maybe that's I don't know whatever you would say that would
Okay.
be.
squats. There you go.
So they get a little. What that does, the AI gets a slight bonus to um, morale. So they're not going to break as easy. So you notice with the orcs when I was blowing through them, they didn't actually like break or anything, which they probably really should have. But and this
Well,
is
they
a
were in their city, right?
tower.
Oh, so hold on. So did you? Cool question for you, Dallin. So
Yeah.
you made that graphic that's supposed to pop up if somebody follows?
You're supposed to.
Okay, so
Oh,
a couple of people
jeepers.
actually did follow,
Nothing
but it
pulled
didn't
up.
pop up. So you messed up.
Nope.
It's all, dude. You messed
No.
up.
We're gonna
Oh,
do
what
this.
is all that down there? Uh-oh.
We're gonna
I just saw a bunch of units come from the south.
Here, I'll show you what it would be here. Thanks for the follows. We're gonna do a there we go. Yeah, that's for all the followers.
Okay, let me see. Let me see.
With my super high tech
Test follower. That little.
yeah, it's test follower because I had it like the test button. I don't know why it's
Uh-huh.
not pulling with the actual followers. We got it. It's Steam Jar.
Okay.
That's what it was. So that's for all your followers for the Emperor. Appreciate it.
So interesting. So now they're streaming a talisman version of the game. I don't know what are they streaming.
It's the board game. Have you ever played Talisman? Well, it's a digital
Yeah,
version
no,
of
but
it.
no, but aren't they supposed to be only streaming Warhammer 40k stuff?
No, Talisman's
It's
a
part
Games
of-
Workshop. They have all kinds of stuff. They do all the
Oh, I
stuffs.
see. I see.
All the stuff.
Okay, well, I don't.
Nate's a little hurt.
I'm not, dude. I'm not hurt. I'm not. I'm not. No, not bitter at all.
Sorry, guys. That's...
No, no, that ain't me. Nuh-uh.
No, you guys should have heard Nate before, though, man. He's like, yeah. I'm glad he's still with us. We'll just put it that way. It's had a good day.
Have your ears stopped burning?
Oh, it's fine. That doesn't bug me. It's hilarious. I was just like, at one point I was telling Nate to breathe, and he's like, "I'm fine. I am breathing." I'm like, "Are you?" So he's still with us.
I was trying to get something running.
Yeah, he's trying
Sounding
he's
such
trying to
a
look at some stuff, so
I'm
we're
such
all
a
good.
Luddite right now. You guys must think I'm like I don't know how technology works. So okay, so check this out.
What
So
is a
Proxy
computer?
Studios is following us on Twitch.
Nice.
These are the guys that made Pandora and
Hmm.
also Gladius. So very cool. Thank you very much for the
Wait, I
follow.
didn't realize the guys that did Pandora doing this. That's why. Okay, that's why it
Yeah.
feels so familiar in a good way, very good
Yes.
way.
That's the one thing is that in Pandora, what they had is they had two
Suck it,
mechanisms.
orcs.
They had the stacks of doom and they had the 1 unit per tile
Oh, jeez.
mechanism both working at the same time. And I think that could work here very well, or at least combined arms. So as an idea for them to at least look at how Civ 6 is doing combined arms, maybe have that here as
Yeah,
well, where you have
don't I don't get any flack for saying this. I don't think anyone should look at Civ 6 for much of anything. But
no look
and I love
when some
Civ, but like
when
that game,
somebody
I can't.
does something right, you look. When somebody does something
Yeah.
wrong, you should look. Why? So you can avoid doing something wrong.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
if
The
they're
idea
doing
of combined arms is great. I just don't think it's implemented in any way that like
I
adds
mean, it
large
could
technical
like
depth.
so.
Oh,
Here's my example. So combined
we're
arms
getting hit
will
here,
not
guys.
work for Space Marines, but combined arms would work for or for Necrons. But combined arms would work for orcs as well as for the Imperial Guard.
Yeah, Imperial Guard, I think that'd be really important for.
You see, so
What are
that's
what
how.
are some of the victory conditions? There's a question in the chat. Sorry for
Okay.
interrupting.
No,
No,
you're good. Bring those questions in here. Victory conditions are kill everybody or finish your
Yeah, I was
quest.
about to say annihilate.
Annihilate or finish your quest, basically. So, in pretty
Okay.
true Warhammer 40k fashion. So, like honestly, to kind of compare this to another game, if you liked Age of Wonders 3, I think you could really get into this game, uh, based on just a lot of factors. So,
Yeah, Age of Wonders really just turned into a war game basically. There was a little bit of diplomacy in the later expansions,
yeah.
but
But at the same time, it didn't try to be something else. I also look at other 4X games, I'm not going to specify anything right now, that try to do everything and they just like, you know, jack of all trades, master of none. It ends up just being a flop across the board, I feel like, because no system is actually implemented in a great way. So
mhm,
I'd rather a developer just be like, this is what we're going to do. This is the kind of game. If you like it, great. It's going to be awesome.
mhm.
If you don't, that's fine.
Yeah.
Um,
King of the Hill could work in this game, reclusive mindset. It'd be kind of cool, like
totally.
if you're Space Marines and you have to defend an area from
it would make sense as a
yeah.
scenario.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah,
You see,
scenario.
not as a victory condition, but as
Hmm.
a scenario. So another thing that's mentioned is the seals of power in Warhammer 40k. It would be like the pillars on Cadia
Right.
that are keeping the warp back, keeping the Eye of Terror from expanding, which actually, by the way, has already happened. The Cadian gates have fallen, but
Yes.
in the lore.
Have they? I don't.
Wait. That's not
Spoiler.
a good.
Jeez.
That's not a spoiler
I
alert
know. I'm
because
just
that's from the
kidding.
lore. That's like telling somebody about,
Spoiler. Uh,
no. So the yeah.
Here at Explorminate, we like spoiling stories for you, so stay tuned and
Exploilate.
we'll spoil Avengers 4 for you before it's even in
No,
theaters.
no. See, that's different. That's different. It would be like spoiling
Just
the
teasing you.
comics that have been out for 30 years. Where's
Yeah.
the spoiler?
Yeah.
Granted, this is not 30 years. I think this happened last year or maybe the year
Oh,
before.
come on, Nate.
What?
I don't even know what these gates are, but they don't sound like a good thing to open up.
What is that legal term where you have to give someone a certain amount of time before they can? It's like we have to wait 30 years before we can spoil something, or else
Yeah.
someone can take legal action against Explorminate.
Ooh.
Well, I
Well,
was
we have
just told
dreadnoughts.
I see a lot of fire.
VTax
Yeah.
is like, I'm actually in the late 80s with the comics. And then the term is NDA, but NDA is
No, not that. It's
no, NDA is different. NDA
um,
is a non-disclosure agreement where some of them are timed, some of them are permanent or forever. There's also non-compete agreements where you cannot work in a same industry or in a business that's going to be making the same product.
mhm.
But you're talking about like like blackouts,
Mm,
like a
mm-mm.
blackout date, or are you talking about lifting a there's a
I'll, I'll find it.
We're talking about ruining people's experiences, Nate, so you got to be careful. just giving me crap.
There are no calories in Diet Coke.
What?
That's as preposterous as what you just said.
Yeah.
That's fair. Shoot. So I expanded on the pipes, which gave me the bonus, but now I can't build on it. That's lame. I needed buildings, so well.
Question: how do you feel the AI is? Okay. Everybody went silent.
So. I mean,
He's
it's beta, so that stuff I feel like gets tweaked later because you have to have everything in place, run the game and simulate it to find out how it is. So I'm not like worried, but it's definitely not like final yet. So, but this is
Well,
beta, so.
so here's what I can say.
Mhm.
Since it looks like this is the engine from Pandora, that AI, even before Ale, who's a community member, got to it and started doing some crazy stuff with it, was brutal. A lot of people were brutalized by that AI. So if this is this,
Brutalized.
they were. I mean, I was brutalized by it. I was like, I was left smarting after that sucker. So a lot of people were like, "Oh, this is too hard. It's not fair."
Yeah.
And then Ale got to it, and then like the developers like, "Oh my God, this is too hard. We can't even beat our own game anymore. It's not fair."
It's really too hard.
So I think that at release, once the four main factions are in, fully vetted, tested, stuff's worked out, I think the AI will be solid.
Hmm.
But if it's not, you guys can always talk to Ale and try to convince him to
Yeah.
give them
I,
give them a hand and make the AI like brutal, or even on the lowest setting.
I mean, I am playing on like one above whatever the default setting is, so I'm
Mhm.
not sure if that's going to be normal and I'm one above normal or if I'm one above easy, right? And at this
Right.
point, since I've been very careful with my units,
Mhm.
I do have like, veterancy level 3 with the Dreadnought, level 7 with the Devastator. So these guys are doing 70% more damage than the default Devastator Marine, right? So I have developed a pretty elite force at this point too. I think that's part of it. AI definitely, hopefully it gets developed, but like,
I was gonna say that helping Hans, he was playing Necron, and I mean, he's used to building. It looks like he just built a lot of the first tier soldier for them,
yeah.
Mhm.
um, and he kind of he like attacked a Space Marine city and was
Mhm.
unsuccessful, and then they
Oh
came
yeah.
back with him at full force.
Yeah. Yeah, you
The
have to
question
be
is, what
careful.
difficulty was he playing?
He said normal.
Yeah, so it's just
Oh, okay.
default probably.
So, I mean, he was spread a little too
Oh,
thin,
we got an old bomber.
but you definitely built up a more elite force, like you said, so that
Yeah.
helps.
I mean, this is my fifth playthrough on the game probably. Like I said,
Mhm.
probably about 12
Mm.
hours with it now, so I don't know how much he'd play with Necron. It might be he just got him today, but yeah, I definitely have realized don't waste time with vehicles until you get to about dreadnoughts or land speeders, and then
Mhm.
build into that. You just want to go salt marines, and then devastators are spoiler alert, devastating.
Oh, so Proxy Studio says that they're definitely not happy with the AI. They're still working on it.
Okay,
So I got a
that's fair.
question for them.
I'm gonna blow up
Oh,
this
is he typing? I think he's
DACA
typing
jet.
it.
Nate,
No, no, no.
is the
I
East Coast
typed it
still with
out.
us?
Oh,
The
okay.
East Coast is still with you.
Okay, good. Just checking. I was worried for a second. We're gonna build a
Oh, okay,
launch pad.
interesting.
Oh,
So
okay. Yeah.
they're responding. We've done quite a few combat changes since this version already.
Cool.
We now have got an Overwatch mechanic instead of retaliation.
Wait, can they please tell me what that is? Because if that's what I think it is, I'm really excited. Cause
Well, they're listening, so I'm pretty sure they'll answer.
if they want to, I mean it's your game. If it's spoiling something, that's fine. But if
Yeah,
it's
no
like
spoils.
where you can trigger Overwatch if a unit is attacked, everybody like retaliates in defense of that unit, that would be cool. Like the same way Overwatch works for Tau on the board game. But
Mhm.
regardless, Overwatch would just be cool because the ranged units, it does suck that they're like, oh, come at me, bro. Come at zero range.
Well,
Now I'm
these
gonna
are
shoot at
Space
you.
Marines, dude. That's what they do.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but like Devastator Marines aren't really geared out for like, come at me, bro. Like, yeah, they can hold their
Yeah,
own,
dude.
but
Yeah,
They're
they
all
are.
come at me, bro. Look at
They're,
them.
they're all even the scouts, which are the Space Marines that are just like not even Space Marines. They're the ones that are being recruited and groomed into becoming Space Marines. Even they're like, "Come at me, bro."
all right.
Greater Demon of Corn is standing, right in front of him. He's like, "Come at me, bro. I'm not scared." Are you kidding me? Dude, that's why there's the Space Marines, man.
If they're on, if they're listening, yeah, I'm just gonna throw my hat in the arena. If you, I don't know what like rights are and stuff from Gears Workshop, but like if you guys can get Tau, like I'm your man. So
Oh, you're already casting your vote for the
yeah,
Tau.
yeah, I'm casting my one vote of millions.
No, you gotta do Eldar.
Oh,
I
space
love prison
wussies.
tanks. Prison tanks are cool. I'd love to see prison tanks in this
Ah,
engine.
Yeah,
so
let's see. Drop an orbital strike on this guy. Watch him go bye bye.
so Overwatch. So several comments.
Cool.
So first comment, I asked them about collaborating with Ale, and Proxy Studio responds they would definitely collaborate with Ale. He's a good guy, but they have a lot of internal plans for the game first. So I think
Oh yeah,
they're going to do a
sure.
bunch of stuff before he gets involved. So that's awesome, and hopefully this time they bring him in a more official capacity, not just a modder. So both of them get to benefit from it. That would be really cool. And then
Yeah, but I mean they've probably already learned a lot from like
who?
Pandora and what he's done there.
Oh,
I mean, just
Yeah,
building on
you
that
mean Proxy
experience. So
Studios?
Yeah.
yeah.
So newest Ben is asking who the other voice was.
Ha!
Ben, meet Ben.
We have a long line of Bens here to explorminate. Are we up to Ben number 4 or what? What are we
No,
at?
no, we're still on. We got a Ben legacy of 3 so far.
3, damn.
Right? I
We
told
got
Nate,
three
I was
Ben.
like, we should just call ourselves like Ben Explorminate, associated with Ben Incorporated, or something Ben related.
Explore me, Ben.
I was gonna say that, but then I didn't
Beminate.
on stream because I was like, that could sound bad, but
We could do Beminate. That
Beminate.
sounds cool.
Okay, so
Beminator.
Beminate, huh?
check. No, we're
Oh.
not making an ice cream. So check it out. So here's an interesting response.
Yeah.
So from Proxy Studios, if you move how Overwatch works, if you move to a threatened tile, any unit that has an action remaining will shoot at the unit.
That's cool. That's awesome. I like that. That gives a lot of choice you have to make with attacking and such too.
But there's
So,
more.
oh, I'm sorry.
Melee and barrage cannot do Overwatch. So this is only for units that are ranged, but not barrage units and
Okay.
not melee units. Which is that's very interesting. Then I think this will really help the Imperial Guard
Oh yeah,
because
totally.
they're very squishy. Let me see.
Well, thank you for being on here, guys. It's awesome to have you here answering questions for us. Appreciate it. Do you want? I don't know if they were on earlier. Do you want to ask them the question about the redemption tower that we couldn't figure out? The
Why don't you ask him since you're already on?
because you're type. Oh, I guess you type. Yeah, it's
You can
easier.
just say it. Just finish what you were
No, Nate,
saying.
you can
They'll
type it
hear
out.
you.
It's all good. It's all good.
No, why would I
Um,
type what you're saying?
so the Fortress Redemption, I understand how that's how you expand for the resources and such. There is a technology for Fortress expansion, and I'm a little fuzzy after a number of playthroughs on what that actually does. Are you constrained with the tiles you can build out in your city, or is there a way to make this Fortress Redemption, whether through leveling it up or anything, grab more tiles, or is it?
And as an add-on to that, can you guys make some kind of a border? So if it's only the 7 tiles, the 1 tile it occupies, and the 6 tiles that are adjacent to it, is there a way to do like a border so people can see it right away?
Well, I mean, if it is meant to just be adjacent, it does say on the tooltip here it is adjacent, so I think it would need a border. But if it does expand, yeah, I'd agree with you, Nate. But I
Okay,
don't know if it's meant to just be adjacent or not.
here's the response. Fortress expansion
Hmm.
just expands your city tile acquisition radius. Okay,
Okay.
so what about the drop pods that you drop near resources that are not near the city?
It doesn't do that. It doesn't say anything about the tech, so it wouldn't do that. And I think it's meant to probably not expand because
Well,
they really
here,
want to be
remember how
confused.
there was the one resource that was, I don't know, what was it, 15, 20 tiles away from your city that you dropped a tower or you dropped a pod on it, remember?
Well, yeah, so like I have one selected, and I'm trying to decide where to put one now. Um, but it's going to
So here, when you select it, just stay
adjacent.
there for a second and then we'll ask him straight about exactly what that's about,
Let's go
wherever you dropped it.
influence. Oh, do I want to go requisition? I do because I want a really big army.
All right, so you drop, yeah, we're like what is it, 15, 30 seconds behind you?
Maybe not, probably not that bad. So yeah, we've got access to the ore field now.
Okay, so here, you just dropped it. Mouse over it. What is that called?
It's the ore field.
Okay.
So we have access to that. My requisition went up, I know. And I'm pretty sure this is meant to be just an adjacency. So,
So remember also how you were asking about defending it?
yeah, it
Like
does. You can get research. You can get researches. I speak English real good. You can research to make it stronger. So,
you speak in orc really good. Your
I
orc
speak
is
or
strong.
good. Um, what are we looking here?
You
Fortress
need a British
Redemption. So you
accent.
can add like missile silos and stuff. So you can definitely make it better. That's for
So it's
sure.
almost like a star base.
I don't know. Oh crap, I'm gonna lose this one. They have big orcs coming this way. Let's pull back and defend our fortress, shall we?
Okay, so only things that are adjacent to it.
Okay. Yeah, that makes you have to really choose where to drop it. I think that's probably good. It goes with the whole like one city challenge they're going with the Marines, so I can get used to that. Yeah, really good game though so far, guys. Like honestly, for a beta, this feels really well put together, and I'm having a ton of fun, with it. So those of you who are lucky enough to get keys, hopefully you're still hitting not Ben, Nate up for those, because like that this is really fun. I
Well, I
know.
had so the last time I asked, I had 4 people email me. So I'll be picking a winner from those 4 people. Now, I'm not going to tell you which of those 4 people are going to win right now. I'll get in touch with them after our stream is over.
Because the best prize is a surprise, right?
Sure. Sure. Why not?
We need to do this more, Nate.
Hey, I'm game, Your stream, I'll be on here watching my language,
Yeah, I'm supposed
keeping
to
the
have my
profanity.
beautiful face on here, but my webcam decided to go kaput right before we were supposed to start. So, let's do hot shot. Ooh, storm talon. Ooh, fortress. Yeah, we're gonna grab missile silos to make them stronger. There's a lot of techs I want. The end techs are really like they're stuff to get excited about. It doesn't fall off. So like hotshot power packs are gonna make my devastators better. Apothecaries give a defense bonus to adjacent units, so that's cool. Smokescreen is going to
Uh-huh.
reduce reduction. I mean, you get the gunship. So like once you hit tier 7, not that this stuff is bad, but at this point I'm like, oh, I want all of these, which
Mhm.
I love tech trees that do that to you as a player
They
because
just they just added. I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Well,
you're
I
good.
do mean to interrupt you, but so
Ugh,
let me interrupt you for a second because it answers a question.
sure.
So the next change that's for the next build, um, they give you bonuses to what is it? Ore fields are capable by units and give you a +2 bonus on resources. Fill out the map, giving a lot more control points to fight over. Uh
Hmm, that's cool. I don't know if I necessarily follow what they're saying entirely, but that sounds cool.
huh.
What?
Newest Ben is like, wait, is that Nate? I didn't recognize his non-potty mouth.
Yeah, we're just used to off the air discussions like after we do our podcast and stuff, right?
Yeah. Hey, I for anybody who's on, I just want you to know, guys, Explorminate, we're a bunch of guys, gals, peoples, that are getting together, hanging out, shooting the trash, I think you called it earlier.
Breeze.
Shooting the breeze. There you go. And we just happen to be doing this as well. So when I'm in a professional capacity, I'm very proper. When I'm not, I'm like some dirty sailor
Yeah.
out on shore leave.
So if you see here, just to, sorry, cut you off. The orcs are
No,
shaken.
it's
I
okay.
killed enough of them, so they're gonna get
Hmm.
that bonus reduction where we have no fear, as Space Marines should. Um, they can't be broken by morale. You can still run if your morale gets low enough, but can't be broken. So just wanted to point that out there. I don't think we'd seen that. Let's see if we can break
Yeah,
these
I don't
guys.
I don't know how you would break orc morale.
Well, enough guys die
The
and the
only
morale
way you
goes
would
low
do
enough,
that
they
is if you
run.
kill. Well, the only way that would work is if you kill the war boss, and then somebody else will step up. You know?
Oh, actually, did I just totally lie there? They can't be broken. I'm sorry. Broken is when morale gets so bad that you get a 50% damage reduction. So Marines can have a 25% reduction, but they can't get to 50. I was misreading that tooltip. Sorry. So that's pretty good. That you even if guys are hitting, if bodies are hitting the floor around you, you're still gonna bring the pain.
Yeah, like the orcs in the net. So who can be broken? The Imperial Guard can be broken.
Yeah, I think Necron can be
The
broken too. I'm pretty sure I've seen that. I'm trying to think. We killed the only Necron already, so we can't test out theories. But we're gonna have a drop pod here in a turn, and I'll show you how fun it is to
Okay.
drop a Devastator on an Orc face.
So there was a question about randomizing of the tech tree, like they did, like Proxy did with Pandora,
Uh huh.
and Proxy Studios responded that there will be no randomness. They
Yeah.
wanted to make sure that, and it makes sense
Totally.
in Warhammer 40K, you don't have new tech really. Any of the new tech is forbidden stuff. It's stuff that gets the Inquisition called upon you, or the Mechanicus to come out, and you basically get wiped out, and all of your existence is gone. So new tech is bad. So
New tech bad.
this,
Old tech good.
yeah, basically, and stay away from AI. AI is extra bad.
They have no idea.
Oh, they're saying Devastators are really overpowered in this version.
Yeah, they are. I agree. I love them though. Please don't take no. That's fine. You can
That's what I just
definitely.
typed. That's what I just typed. As you were saying that, I'm all, we love them.
Yeah, no, I can understand toning them down. I mean, so I have a level 8 Devastator, so each shot is like 13 damage. So I have the potential to do like 75 damage before. And that's armor penetration built in, like of 6. Like, yes, they are powerful.
Well,
Um,
the thing is that in the lore, the Devastator Marines are powerful in the first place.
yeah.
It's not like this is a unit that has a lot of veterancy to it already. So I
Um,
mean, they're heavy weapon Marines.
Another
So
thing, let me drop a unit here. Oh, dang it, we're gonna have to wait a turn. Put your rally point right here, dumb city. Um,
I just noticed that the uh, what's it called? Your dreadnought, when he attacks, he like turns around and then walks away, and then turns back around.
yeah. He goes up and hits, and then you got to go take his spot back, you know?
Yeah,
yeah,
I was
steps
wondering
into
maybe.
their tile. It's like a kill sync or
Yeah,
something.
it's just,
That's
it's
how
the
I like
animation, I
that.
think. So,
Oh, okay, yeah.
yeah. Sorry. So with the tech, I'm glad it's not randomized because if you're playing against the AI and you're playing against Space Marines and they have dreadnoughts on that first tier, like goodbye, restart the game if you happen to get something else. So it's a good way to like balance the power progression.
Hmm.
And it's even though it's not randomized, it really does provide for different strategies. So like early on, you can really specialize. I'm showing the tech graph here. If you want to go armory and vehicle route or units, I prefer to go men first. Like Space Marines. There's a lot of tech I haven't grabbed, as you can see. I've
So
skipped past a
here's
lot,
a question
but
for you, and this is also for Proxy Studios. So as you're jumping up in the tiers, if you go back and you research an earlier tech, does it become more expensive the further away you are from it?
no, I don't believe so. It's a finite
Is this
amount. It's a finite
is this
amount, yeah.
something worth considering?
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't really see any reason to like slow down research. I actually let me take that back. I don't see any reason to overcomplicate the research tree how they have it. It's a streamlined process. Again, this is my take. I'm not the developer, so if they want to change something, like forget me. But it's fine. You don't want to overcomplicate it. It doesn't need a crazy complicated tree. Although I do feel like you can research stuff kind of fast. I don't know. I feel like it could maybe be turned down the overall speed a little bit, but
Yeah, you
I
can have a setting like to increase or decrease research speed.
yeah, I think you're right. I think there's a setting for that. Dropping an orbital strike, like they're going out of style.
So I think we're coming up on the time that Ben, aka Warmac Blue,
Oh, hold on,
who
hold on.
was
Wait.
oh
See, I think the dreadnought should back up instead of turning around and
Yeah.
like go in and hit them and then like slowly walk backwards. I think that would look
you've
so
been playing too
much
much
cooler.
battle tech. You've been
I think
playing
that
too
would look
much
so much
battle tech.
cooler.
So much battle tech.
You've been playing too much battle tech. That's what it is.
Okay,
Is
let
that
me
I
show the
can't is
drop
that
pod
what they
off
do?
here.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah, that's what they do.
So
When they back
dreadnought,
up,
we can drop him anywhere we want, and we want to go right by this guy. So their little pain boy is going to meet the pain with his 4 health. Is that a goblin or something? Is it an orc? That's an orc. So yeah, that's how you do it. It's going to cost you some, but then we get units up all fast like, which is good.
mhm.
Wow.
Oh, I see. Is that a weird boy right there?
A pain boy, actually.
Pain boy, nice.
Yeah. They can't attack the turn they drop. Oh well.
They can or they can't.
They can't, which
Which
That
makes
makes
sense.
sense.
is probably good. I could see how you could really exploit like the AI or your friends if you're playing if you can just drop
Your
it and then like
friends.
snipe. Like if they got their hero back and they're like barely saved him, gonna fight another day, and then it's like, nope, we're gonna cross map snipe you with the dreadnought. That could cause a little frustration perhaps. But this war boss is, I mean, dead, so yeah, at this point I'm just cutting through the orc scum. Like should happen though. I mean,
Interesting. So Proxy responded that it's something that they're considering. That if you're trying to research earlier tech later on, the cost might go back,
hmm
might go up a little bit, or a lot. I don't know. They haven't specified.
yeah,
And then
I see that.
one of our community members who's posting said that the advanced tech should cost more. I think both of them would work. Like, if you try to jump a couple of tech tiers to research something that's further down, should be more expensive. And if you want to research something that you skipped or moved away from earlier by several tiers, also should have an affiliated additional cost because you moved on. Like the thinking, the scientists, whatever, the people doing this work have already moved on to other projects. It's at least something to consider.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
play
kind of
devil's
like,
advocate with that. I hate
well,
games
it's
with.
kind of annoying in Civ where it takes one turn to research something, one of the earlier texts,
Mhm.
and then you're just doing it just to, get it done
Get it out of the way, right?
instead of an actual thoughtful decision.
Yeah, and I think this gives you pretty good thoughtful decision, and so there's text I'm not gonna go back to. So it's not
Okay,
just
yeah.
like A leads to B, C, D, E. Like you have to have so many researched here before you go to the next tier, but like again, I've probably missed half of these almost.
hmm hmm
Not that they're worthless techs, I'm just really want Terminators, so I'm streamlining towards Terminators and a more mobile army. So,
But let's say if you're like a more turtle play style
hmm
and you don't go as fast.
Well, I give you two examples. In Age of Wonders 3, you can't turtle. If you turtle, you lost.
Hmm.
You know, unless you're playing like on the lowest possible difficulty.
Yeah, yeah,
So in this game, this is a war game.
yeah.
This is not, you're not going to have high level talks between the orcs and the necrons trying to come to some kind of an alliance against the
thank
Tyranids.
goodness.
Right.
So the only talking you do is at the end of your plasma rifle,
Mm.
your needle gun or whatever, your shuriken rifle or your flamer or whatever it is, your last gun. That's it. So in that kind of a scenario, you don't want a turtle.
hmm
If you want to play a slower
Um,
game, you play like maybe the Space Marines
you
hmm
or
you really can turtle though too because research is just a building you build. So I mean, I'm researching a little quicker because I delayed dropping my city to look for a good tile location.
Mhm, mhm,
Um, and so like the snow gives me a 25% bonus. Am I getting
mhm.
something from anything else? No.
And that makes sense because you only have the one city. You see,
Yeah.
like, and
Everything's going to be based off cities though. There's not like resource management. It's not like oh, this tile has 3 hammers, but it offers 4, beakers. Like not the Civ way of things. It's all focused within the city, and that streamlines it. It still allows for I think some pretty good decisions you have to make as the player, but it gives you freedom to place cities and such based off tactical decisions rather than economic, which is kind of nice.
absolutely. It's interesting. Like the more I'm watching you play. Oh, is that snowfall?
hmm
It's either that or there's a lot of dust right here. It's localized to just my screen.
No diplomacy choices.
Well,
No,
this,
I haven't seen any diplomacy
No,
choices.
this is 40K, guys. This is not Viva Hug Pinata. This is 40K. In the future, there's only death. Like,
that's right.
I mean, okay, let's take that a step back. In an expansion, if they added diplomacy options for uneasy alliances between maybe like different orc tribes or say
Mm,
Imperial Guard and Space Marines, like I'm okay because in tabletop you can bring like Imperial Guard with your Space Marines or vice versa. But I don't think it really needs diplomacy because this again is a war game. It's not.
Well, diplomacy would work between Imperial Guard and Space Marines.
Yeah.
Diplomacy would even work between Imperial Guard and Tau if they're facing like Tyranids,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Diplomacy would like the orcs would not do any diplomacy. The Tyranids wouldn't, the Necrons wouldn't. Eldar might do something for a split second if they're facing chaos or I don't know.
Something like that.
Necrons also, you know what I mean? So
You can play with teams though if you do want to do that. They already have a built-in option where like you
yeah, but
can.
that's like multiplayer. Wouldn't that be multiplayer?
No, I mean
Or
like I could have
service mode?
started this game with like Imperial Guard buddies on team one against
Well,
like
that
three
would
orcs
make you
with
see,
me.
but that's what I mean. That would make sense.
Yeah, so I mean it's got that so you can play alongside people multiplayer or against the AI with AI friends, but I don't really feel like I would rather they spend their time focusing on like the wargaminess of this rather than like some diplomacy. Again, because I think diplomacy in 4X games generally just sucks. Like no one has ever really made it great. So yeah, it's easily exploitable. It's yeah, not as complex as it should be. So that's
No,
my
no,
2 cents on it, though. Feel free to disagree.
no. You make a good point.
I mean, I don't know. I've never played like, um, what's this the big one by Crusader King? Might have good
Yeah, but that's
Oh
not.
yeah,
diplomacy.
No,
that's all
no. That's not
diplomacy.
4X. That's grand strategy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Crusader Kings has it. European response, but
but
that
even
is
even something like Stellaris, I don't think has good diplomacy. I think it's trash
no
still.
Stellaris. They keep changing it every two iterations.
Yeah, they're not there
So
yet.
what?
So
So the comment from Proxy is that the Tau might have something like that.
like, what specifically? Sorry,
So
give me
okay, so
context next.
the Tau have several
Casts. Yeah.
yeah, whatever. So one of their casts is their diplomatic cast, the water cast, and they exert um, influence
Hmm.
either through force, through
I like these
pheromones.
big water
No, I mean,
pheromones.
no. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
Oh really? I don't
I
know
thought you were just
much of the
like
Tau lore.
pulling a Nate.
No, but that's the thing is they thought that the Tau were telepaths, but they're not. So the only way that they are able to influence another is through pheromones. That's dude,
Sex robots.
not quite, and they're not robots. But anyways, so that
That's what you
like
think, Nate.
the way diplomacy would work is like they would exert their influence
Almost got
to get
Terminators.
somebody to
So
help them, but
excited.
that would work on Imperial Guard. That would not work on Space Marines. That would certainly not work on the Orcs, the Necron, the Tyranids, or the Eldar. The Eldar would just probably laugh at him and kill them all.
Daka Jet.
Remember when I was talking about spoilers before, and that
Nope.
there has to
I
be like a time limit between something and something? It's
nope.
called statute of limitations.
Okay.
Oh, there we
That's what I
go.
was
Yeah.
thinking of.
I,
We
yeah.
need one for Nate.
How? How?
I'm
I'm
just
not talking about the
kidding.
lore. I'm not talking about the game. I'm not
I
talking
know, I
about
know.
this. Is anybody can jump on YouTube, and there's half a dozen different channels that are
Not anybody,
exclusive to
Nate.
Warhammer stuff. And I'm actually going to put a couple of links in that article for some questions that were asked about the Adeptus Mechanicus.
We're
Oh, I like the
just
So,
plane. The plane just did a barrel roll.
right. Oh, look at his guy too.
That,
He like jumps out. They've got like
oh,
fun
see,
little
there we
animations.
go. They're saying
That
stuff. The orc was saying stuff when he was firing.
yeah, like daka 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 daka.
Yeah.
Daka Daka. Woo
Oh,
woo.
Daka jet.
Okay,
Nice.
we are 2 turns from Terminators, guys, and then all pain breaks loose. I mean, there's already a lot of pain, but
But that's interesting. So,
Yeah.
a Terminator is not more powerful than a Dreadnought.
in terms of
Quanta,
infantry, it's the progression along the infantry
I
portion of
see.
the tree.
Okay, fair enough.
You're gonna have Vindicator maybe. Yeah, Vindicator I haven't grabbed yet. It's got a really powerful close range cannon. It says I'm not too familiar with that unit from tabletop, but yeah. Then we've got um oh Stormtown gunship. Is that what we want to grab next? Oh, Storm
Sure,
Reaper
why not?
probably. Teleporter
Mm.
Homer, huh? Interesting. We have moves. We do have moves. Let's see.
So yeah, so
Fork
talking about the
City.
stream earlier,
Yeah.
it's like the way the other guy was playing on the Steam stream, he was playing it like an RTS, and it's hard to do that for a proper 4X game because if people ask you questions and you're just moving the unit,
Yeah, we don't want to do that. That's not how you play. I mean, isn't he like some
it's,
really good COD player? So like he could probably kick my butt playing closed eyes. But yeah, I want to explain stuff to you guys. So please keep throwing the questions in here because like the early impression videos I do, we always do those just because
oh,
like we want you to know what the game is. Is this a game you're actually gonna like or not? Like with
I,
any game, there's
here's
nothing
an answer
worse.
for you.
What?
Here's an answer for you. Remember how we were discussing earlier and you had just mentioned that they were saying something?
Oh, okay.
So in the next build, there's going to be a lot more speech from the units,
Oh,
like
cool.
unit specific speech, like little
That's
things. It's
cool.
flavor text, I believe.
Yeah, I like
Nice.
that. All right, I'm gonna head on out soon or
Taking out.
now.
All right. Well,
Okay,
Yeah,
thanks for hanging
well,
out,
go and
thank
Ben.
you for
celebrate
yeah, thanks
Grandma's
for
birthday.
joining us. Oh, happy birthday to you, Grandma.
I'll tell her you said that.
Yeah. Tell her
She'll
the
be like, "Who's
emperor.
this guy?"
The emperor
Yeah,
wishes
right.
her a happy
Oh, the
birthday.
Emperor Nate.
Please, chapter master.
Chapter Master Nate.
I don't think so highly of myself.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, this was fun.
Thank
It
you for
was.
joining
I'm
us.
excited. Before this stream, I didn't really know much about this game,
Yeah.
and it looks very good because I did enjoy Pandora.
Now you know.
But of course, I like the Warhammer 40,000 theme
Cool.
more. Yeah.
Custodian wishes your grandmother a happy birthday as well.
Thank you. And that's it.
Oh, look at
Okay,
that.
so
We hit him with a grenade in the air. That's how skillful we are.
Nice.
all right, so here I'm gonna post up our email again. There it is. Go ahead and email me if you'd like a key for the beta build. This is a preview build for the game, and yeah, I'll be after the stream's over. I have a list from the first time. If you wanna try again, even though I haven't announced who won, just send me another email. That just increases your chance of getting a key, and I'll get in touch with you guys via email in the next couple hours. And I think that's it. I think Dallin, I think Ben has left. So
Ben.
again, thanks to Ben for joining us. It was good having a third person.
Yeah, it was. It was. I want to look for something here real quick on this. Let me just. Nope.
What you looking for?
I'm looking for initiative.
Okay, you got a question about initiative?
Yeah. What's it for? Like right now, like initiative 5 for something else. Like because it seems like everybody just attacks either my turn or they'll attack on their turn. What am I missing with initiative? If you don't mind pointing out to me, I appreciate it.
So Proxy says that these are called unit barks, these little things they say, and that was inspired by Darkest Dungeon. Okay, initiative has been removed. So apparently in the next build, initiative is
there.
not there.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. That makes sense. Okay. So we are shooting this orc city up. Pretty good. It's gonna die. It's gonna die real dead. Oh, what's over here that looks... Oh, we gotta... Oh, I thought it said clone nest. It's Coast. Learn to read. Okay.
You read English good?
Yeah. But I read English real good. So let's look at these guys. Terminators look pretty beefy.
Where are they?
They're gonna be ready in 3 turns, and I need to grab a
okay.
research.
I was like, where are the Terminators?
Well, they. So Predator layers cannon. Here's another thing. I'm gonna throw out. I know you guys said Devastators were overpowered. I feel like Predators were maybe underpowered, but that was just from a stream Nate and I had done. So. Maybe.
So there's an answer for your initiative question.
Okay.
So my initiative question was about doom stacks, firing order and doom stacks, and their response was that higher units with higher initiative means that their damage was done first. So if you had 2 units fighting each other and one of them had a high initiative, they would do damage first, and it would be so a ranged unit got a bonus over a million that would wipe him out. The idea, and they're saying that the idea was good, but execution not so much.
I can see how that could be confusing because if you attack with a unit and it's your turn and they hit you first and you die, you're gonna be like, "What the f?" Yeah.
Right,
Okay.
right.
I can see how that
And
could
they have a
frustrate players. Yeah.
and they have a answer for you for predators as well.
Okay.
So what you need to do is after you build the predator, you have to research additional weapon loadouts on the predators. So for example, if you research you give them additional last cannons, then they get really nasty. So a stock predator is not as powerful as an upgraded predator.
So like I see the las cannon upgrade. Okay. Interesting. That's
So you should
cool.
probably try that. See
Can
how that works out.
you are we gonna have the ability to like kit out our vehicles any different ways? Like once we research it, or is it just same cost always? I guess you wouldn't want to kit it out really. There'd be I could think of some situations for that, but that's probably overly complicated for what you'd actually get out of it.
That would be it's so a comment is made, oh knobs from custodian. That's funny because that would be that would be something that the orcs could really benefit from because they tend to um, just tinker with everything and they
Hmm.
take whatever they find on the battlefield and they turn it into weapons that somehow seems to work and like nobody understands how it works, including them.
Including the orcs. Nice.
Yeah, so they're like it just works. And if it's red, that's obviously faster.
Obviously, everybody knows
Yeah,
that.
right, right.
Oh, I'm in wireweed. That's why he's getting hurt. Yeah, don't leave your dreadnoughts in wireweed, kids. Not a good idea. Okay, we're gonna hunt this orc clan down. I think they have one more city over here, probably. Ooh, they have a Burna bomber. That's actually pretty mean looking. Hmm. And it flies, so there's that. So our little Fortress Redemption is stronger now, which is nice. It's gonna have its twin-linked las cannon as well as the Cackstorm missiles. So
Okay,
pretty
so I got
strong.
a few more emails, and a couple of them are from people that had sent them out the first time, which means that once I start randomly picking the keys, the ones that sent the second round of emails, they stand a 50% chance. Well, not 50, it really depends on how many people email, but they stand a better, their odds increase.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Good
good.
call.
I'm glad. I'm glad people are doing this. Usually when we do a giveaway or a or something like that, people like have a difficult time understanding what it is we want from them. And then they get mad a week after it's over. You know, hey, how come I didn't get my keys? Like, oh,
Yeah.
the instructions are right there. Just
Well,
follow the instructions. It's easy.
instructions are hard, man.
No.
They are.
They used to be we used to be more like you gotta do this and that other thing and jump 3 times and wave in the air and
Yeah.
we gotta see it on the news and find you on Google Maps. It used to be pretty complicated.
You've got to have
I
my
start
stupid follow graphic actually work. I just like updated all that stuff, and yeah, I'll have to go look at that. There's a few kinks with that, but
Okay, so anybody who's on stream that's not following us at the moment, would you mind following us? Dallin made a follow
I
graphic.
haven't
He wants
worked
to
on
see
it.
it.
I'll work on it after this stream. It's
Oh,
not,
okay, okay.
yeah.
So you don't want to see it. I see.
No, I mean I can pop it up for kicks and giggles here in a little bit if people want, but it's not gonna. Oh, Sun Death, that's the region. I was like, what is Sun Death? Is that this like special jet unit or something?
I like the fact that the various regions, the various map architecture, have names.
Yeah, yeah. One thing
And
I
the
don't
one,
know if I'm showing off great to the stream, I apologize to folks for it, but the heroes are really fun. Like this guy's just so tough at this point. I could build a chaplain or a librarian as well, but they're fun. So I'm excited to play around with the heroes of the other races,
hmm,
honestly. I know I saw
mhm.
when I played against the Imperial Guard there was a tank master, so you literally have a hero and a tank, and I am all about that. So
I mean, come on, who doesn't want a tank?
yeah, yeah, right. Every general should be in a tank. Like
That's right.
if you're not, you're doing something wrong. So
So there's a question: what is different about the heroes? Now, do you mean different between the heroes, or different about the heroes versus regular units that go up in veterancy?
good question. Do
Let me see. When
we
he
push through? We're gonna have the Terminator actually fall here to help provide support. There they are. There's the beauties. Look at them. They're beefy
Oh, are you gonna
Terminator
drop
runners.
them?
Yeah, I just dropped them here because I'm getting attacked by another orc tribe on one of my fortresses, and I only have a
Hmm.
dreadnought and land speeder. So I was like, well, they just popped out. We'll give them a good old run. They've got 11 armor. Goodness gracious.
So clarification, what is different about the heroes compared to normal units?
Good question. So heroes, you can equip items. So Captain
Hmm.
here, for example, has these that add health and regeneration as well as armor.
Hmm.
And they have abilities. So as we rank up, he's hit level 10, so he's maxed out. There is permadeath though, so you want to be careful. If I lose him, he's gone. But he has a power sword action that's quite powerful, healing, and then a big attack, and then basically a passive influence generator, which is nice. The librarian and the is it not Psyker? What's the other guy's name? We'll look here in a
Hmm.
second.
So Proxy
Captain
Studios
are different.
responds that Terminators have been nerfed in the next build,
Oh,
and they're
that's
saying
probably
that
good.
in general, all melee units are too strong, so they're
Okay,
probably going to be nerfing them.
that
Which,
makes sense.
I mean, as long as it's across the board, as long as it's for each of the faction, not just for the Space Marines, because with their single city, they got to stand out. And the other thing is also Space Marines 1-to-1 are some of the toughest units on the map, on the field at
Yeah,
any given time on a 1-to-1 scale. A Space Marine is going to be tougher than pretty much anything else.
I feel like they do a good job with that right now. I feel like it feels that way. Like I do feel powerful compared to the other fools. Terminator boys, let's watch Terminators attack here. It'd be cool if you get like Terminators with the like smash, the smash hammers, whatever they're actually called. They're probably not really called smashy hammers, but
They're not called Smash.
you know what I mean.
Yes, I know what you mean.
Let's blow up the gun a little bit.
It'll be interesting. Can you? So okay. So here's a question for you. I have not played this version. Lightning hammers. There you go. So I've
Thank
not
you.
played this version. And when you're making your chapter, right? Is this a chapter? Do you get a place where you can write down like make lore for them or something like that, and give them custom heraldry and stuff like that, like almost like an army painter?
No, no. You
Okay.
just pick like the color. So like we're kind of white color scheme. I think we played a few weeks ago. We're um,
Mm.
blue or something, I believe.
No, yeah, it was a green, I think.
No, it was supposed to be blue
Oh,
because for
okay, good
exterminate,
green.
but yeah, mine looks a little green, a little bluish green, if you will. I need to build what now? Can't go wrong with dreadnoughts. Got a Terminator. Let's get a Devastator Marine coming up. Still good on loyalty. We'll put another launch pad so when we do have our gunship here in a turn, we can turn them around in a reasonable amount of time. Um, Oh, they're bringing some boys, some orc boys. So yeah, hero here, he is just, I mean, he took the brunt of another hero's attack, multiple higher
Hmm.
end units to city. He's still
Hmm.
20 and 24 health, because he is so tanky. This is the stereotypical tank hero. So,
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it is for the other factions.
oh, Necron heroes
So I mean,
suck. There's this one I played against. He just
I
kept regening and like it was very Necron-y, but it was just I was like,
the
just
orc
die
the
already.
orc war bosses are going to be brutal. They better be brutal.
Yeah, I think they can. I mean, one reason I'm just killing these are all like rank 1, no itemed bosses,
Mm.
as opposed to
Mm.
I'm max ranked, some high end item kind of, scenario here. So,
Hmm. So that's definitely something to keep in
range.
mind. So okay, so Terminators answer from Proxy Studios. Terminators are considered to be a tier 8 unit,
Okay,
while Dreadnoughts are tier 6, and it has to do with the fact that it's a Terminator squad
that
versus
makes
an
sense.
individual Dreadnought.
Makes sense.
Okay.
They do more. Yeah, they do more damage if they're full strength, definitely. Yeah, Terminators feel good though. Let's go use them down here. Actually, have we? They haven't moved this turn, so let's go watch them bring the pain again.
Hmm. So we're continuing the discussion about diplomacy, like how no
Oh,
4X game gets it right.
yeah, no Forex game does. So I mean, my take on that is nobody should try to do it unless they're gonna do it right.
Mm.
I don't know. Like I know you have to have it in games like Civ and stuff, but like even then, it's so exploitable. It doesn't add anything to the game. Like diplomacy is such a complex thing in real life, and it would really take some time to like think about how to implement that in a game. Like it would be it would take a lot of time and thought with that, I think. But that's why it's not done right. But thank goodness for that, I guess.
So here's a question: do you tabletop
Do I
with
tabletop?
Warhammer?
I actually am getting back into it. So I grew up playing Fantasy Warhammer through about 6th edition.
Hmm.
I had a Dogs of War, Empire, and Dwarf Army.
Hmm.
2 to 3,000 points depending on what they were, and then I dabbled with a few others, and then I actually am finally getting into 40k, so I play Tau.
Okay,
That's why I keep like throwing my hat in for Tau because
I
I
understand.
I picked them because I think they're cool. Um, Little bias there, but yeah, do play a
So
little bit of each.
they're using seventh generation rules, seventh generation codices to
Cool.
figure out the point values and to balance the game.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I didn't play 7th. I'm just getting 8, so I don't really know what the differences are, but with that. That's interesting though that they are picking a
Well,
specific codex. It's probably smart.
my thinking would be that since since Games Workshop moved over to eighth edition, seventh edition would be complete. Everybody's in, so it would be well balanced. Well,
That's true. I see what you're saying. Like
as
for
well
balance,
balanced
yeah,
as it can be, because with the
yeah,
current game, there's still all kinds of tweaking going on, you
sure.
know.
That makes sense. You know
Okay,
what? I
question:
might
how do
put
you
back
gain experience? Combat only, or also something like like the barracks?
combat only. You have to get experience on the battlefield. In the universe of 40k, there's no better teacher than experience, I guess.
Very true.
I
No
and
better,
I
no better
mean,
therapy.
where each rank adds 10% to health damage and what's the other thing? I always forget. Morale. Like if you could get that out of a barracks, that would be kind of OP. I mean, I can also see the kind of argument for it, but like I feel like it's nice that you have to have people on the battlefield to get that, and then you really have to protect them. So, like, where's my assault marine squad? I don't even know. Maybe they did die. There was an assault marine squad that was level 9 for a while that I was really trying to take care of because
Wipe
I
them
didn't
out.
want to lose them. But um, yeah.
Okay, so all right, since you have proxy online right now,
hmm
do you have any questions for them?
No, I've been asking them. It's been going. I appreciate your feedback, guys. It's awesome to have you here with us. Thank you again for giving me the chance to show the game off. It is a great game. I am loving it truly.
We'd like access to the next build, please. The one that has the Necrons. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
sure. If you have that, throw it our way. But um, no, I can't think of any questions. I guess, like I've said, for anyone who's maybe just joining in now, I know sometimes early access or beta games get a bad rap. I don't know what their specific gameplay with it, their game plan with that is here, but it feels pretty dang complete. Like
So,
they're talking about balancing and stuff, which makes sense. I'm glad they're doing that, but it's not like, oh, this game is a shell of what it will be. It's
so
Did I lose
newest
my
Ben is also
Terminators?
going.
No.
He's been hanging out in chat. So
Yeah.
just to let you know, so all the Bens are abandoning us. It's just you and I.
Jeez. The true believers of the Emperor.
So response from Proxy Studios about the comment about the next build.
Yeah.
Haha. Awesome. Thanks for covering the game, guys. Appreciate all the in-depth analysis.
That's fine. Okay, let's get some more Terminators up in here. Because I guess my other band of Terminators is no longer with us, sadly. I don't know what killed them.
What?
Yeah, they died somewhere. One thing the game doesn't do that I really like is it doesn't pull your camera to the combat. It just like does it all seamlessly, which might
Hmm.
annoy some people, but like I really hate how that slows down turn times. I'd rather just have the little text on the bottom, well, kind of middle right side of the screen there. So like I should have been paying attention to see what happened to my Terminators, but um, yeah, I like how it doesn't do that. It helps keep the pace of the game up. You want to fight, you want to kill stuff. Nothing's more annoying than like watching. Like you're not. I don't have to watch this. I could be doing something else right now. This
Right.
combat. So I like that. Good kudos on that design choice. I think I like
Oh,
it.
so they have an official release date now for the game.
Oh, they do? Nice. What are we looking at? What are they saying? Or
July 12th.
oh, July 12th. Awesome.
Oh, okay. I'll need
Awesome.
to update our release calendar on the website too.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's exciting. It's not that far off. Holy crap, July 12th? That is like just over a month.
Yeah, that's right around the corner. Oh man.
That's cool. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Like I said, playing it.
Well, we should hopefully we'll be getting access to the next version of the build.
Surge. Kill these guys. Devastate them. Yeah, excited to play with all the races though. And like for anyone like worried about like, oh, this is just a, I don't know. I was always like the poster child representative for Age of Wonders 3, and people on because we're a 4X site. It's not pure 4X. It has 4X parts, but it's more of a war game, and people are always like, oh, like we get bored with it and stuff. Like, is it not all the levels of diplomacy and things? I played this game like 15 hours so far with Space Marines. It's not feature complete, and like I still plan on playing it. So that's the kind of time I look for with a game. If you can play something for 12, 15 hours and you're still interested with one of 4 options, yeah, that bodes well, I think. So choose my research. What do I want to do? We're gonna go for about another 20 minutes, Nate.
Yeah, sure. We've been on for almost 2 hours.
I'll call about 20 minutes. I think my wife and kids are coming home about then. So they
Oh,
ran
I
off to the
see.
park. So I told her to come back a little bit after 1:30. So we'll call it about then. We'll go
Troy
Predators.
has joined us in chat.
Troy, Chapter Master Troy.
No, no, he's the librarian.
Oh, he's a librarian. Okay, that works.
If I'm the chapter master, he's the librarian.
Okay,
I think.
I'll just be Death Watch. I know they're not 7th edition, but yeah, when I'm already like looking at other 40k armies. Like I have my Tau army. Like I spent like 3 hours last night watching Netflix with the wife, and I'm like
Uh,
magnetizing the arms. I'm like, sweet, I got 10 done. It was only like 2.5 hours. Like it's
nice.
gonna take forever.
I was really into that when I was playing tabletop, like a lot. I played fantasy, so I played Blood Bowl. That
Yeah.
was my first love. Then Fantasy Battle, my favorite army were the Orcs and Goblins. They were the most flexible army, and I also liked playing the Wood Elves
Nice.
because of the skirmishers.
Okay.
So I had a total of maybe 12,000 points into a Orc and Goblin army that was fully
Dang.
painted with
Yeah,
dragons
that's
and with
time.
monsters, and oh my god.
Where are you going, Capitan? My captain, get back here. Okay, so we're gonna build
Hmm.
ourselves a gunship.
Troy
Stormed.
agrees that I'm the chapter master.
Okay.
I think we need to figure out like the various roles for the Explorminator
Yeah, no, like we
Explorminate staff or who's who.
we need to schedule like a 5-hour Skype call, like really get in this. Like,
Yeah, I don't know about 5 hours. That's a bit extreme.
well, we'll just next time we record a podcast, we'll do it afterwards, and then that will turn into 5 hours on its own organically. It always does.
All right, let me see. So Sithil is continuing to talk about diplomacy. Let me see what he's going. He's sung. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why on the wrong side of the hill here?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's he saying? You got to read it to me, Nate. I don't got chat
Okay.
up.
No, I understand. I think people might also get a bit confused. Diplomatic action, unlike warfare, do not need to be a zero-sum game. So if you do an action, both parties often win with such action, which means that people sometimes feel like there's exploiting a bad AI, but the AI might in sometimes okay, might not. Okay, I'm not sure what he's saying there, but okay. The AI might sometimes got better trade deal out of the deal you did. You just did not see what the AI had to gain from it. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think that's what they're going for in Stellaris. It's just not quite working out that way. That might be what they're trying to do. It's just not quite
Here.
hitting that stride. And they definitely have an idea for that in Galciv and in Endless Space too. And I think Civ 6, not so much. Civ 6 AI, their diplomatic AI is just insane.
There's just lots.
Regardless of what anybody says, regardless of how, there's the whole motivations and, the hidden, everything that they're trying to do, that like their hidden goals and stuff like that. Still,
That's
the
the
AI is
same
just
every
too,
time.
yeah, and it's too extreme from one to the other. Okay,
Yeah.
your dreadnought seems to be going head to head. Uh huh. Let me see. Okay, here's a question for you. So when you have this is a performance question on your system, when you have so
Yeah.
much going on screen, do you feel that you're finding slowdowns like
No,
between
not at all. This
turns?
game plays so fast. It's
Mm.
really nice. I'm on a medium-sized map. You can go bigger. I only have 4 enemies, so like you can always crank it to push the limits, but not at all.
What's the maximum limit?
I don't know. I'd have to go look.
Okay.
I
And this is for proxy. Question for you guys. Is there a maximum limit to how many players you can put on a map? And then kind of lore wise, it doesn't make sense that um, loyalist chapters fight each other. It's very rare that they do stuff like that. Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, no. I mean, I'm running an i5 6600 and then a 1070 uh, NVIDIA GPU. So, I mean, this thing's built to churn through Total War, Mortal Empire turns without frustrating me. Which, if you're familiar with that, like that, those turns
Yeah,
can
but
be
like on a
forever.
map, you can have like 130, AI opponents on a map, right?
Yeah, so like I'm saying, so like this is built for that. So depending on your computer, you might get more or less. But what other like games do I play? Endless Space 2, Stellaris, and I know Stellaris, the game itself slows down and things, but I'd say this it doesn't seem to chug for me really. I haven't noticed
So
anything, and I've only
proxy.
seen one crash in the whole time I've played this.
Oh,
So
that's good. So one
yeah,
crash in 15 or so hours is good.
on
So
an early
proxy
release. So.
says that there isn't really a maximum, but not sure why you'd go above 8 or 12 opponents.
For
They're saying that it
blood.
gets tedious.
Oh, I'm gonna show them why.
Blood for the
I'm
blood
gonna make
god.
a video and we're gonna max it out with orcs and no one's gonna be on the team and we are just gonna get skulls for everybody. Oh, yeah, no, that's true. I mean, at that point you like really can't strategically make those decisions intelligently as much. I can see that. It's just a bloodbath.
So okay, so we have like three different conversations going on.
Well, it's a good thing you're moderating, Chapter Master.
No, there's nothing to moderate. Everybody's like, this is why the exploratory community is so awesome, is because we're not here to fight one another. We're here to work together to get the game we want to play. And you don't do that by insulting each other and by attacking the developers. That's, I guess some people do it. We don't. So you have just different people asking different things. It's good. I was afraid, like I wasn't sure how this was going to go. So it could have been two people, or it could have been, like it was on Steam, like 8,000 people watching, but nobody moderating, and like everybody keeps asking the same question: What game is this? What game is this?
Yeah, I saw on Steam earlier, so I think the developers get a kick out of this. Someone was watching the guy play Necrons earlier, the Call Company Heroes guy.
I was answering people's questions. I'm like,
No,
okay,
but
sure, I'll
like
answer your question.
the funny thing was someone was like, "What is this game?" And then a second later they're like, "I think I know what this is actually. This is Endless Space, is or Endless Legend." And I was like, "Oh my
Uh,
gosh,
this
nope,
is
it
from
is."
Relic. I hate those guys. And it's like, no, this is not Relic. This is an endless space.
It was just
What
really funny.
game
I
is
was like,
this?
"Why did someone confuse this with Endless Legend?" I just got a kick out of that. So. And we broke these guys, so their damage is going to be reduced a lot. That's good. So my dreadnought can go in there without fear. I mean, he doesn't have fear because he's a space marine, but it's less fear.
so, so proxy response. It's a Civ 5 mod.
It's a Civ
I
5
respond.
mod.
It's obviously Endless Legend 2.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, guys, this is a Master of Orion port, but just a little different. I don't think you could pass it for that, but okay, we're gonna get our Storm Talon gunship. Any last things community wants me to show off or answer? In the last 10 minutes, we have enough time to get a unit to demo for you or anything like that, basically. If not, that's fine, but again, want to show off what we
okay,
can.
I'm gonna post something real quick in there, since this is also like part of the stream giveaway for them. If anybody wants to make any comments, do it in here.
Yeah. You make those comments.
That sounds dirty. I don't know why that sounded dirty.
It was meant to be kind of sarcastic, but I guess I could see where that could come across wrong. Okay. I do like the big bodies of water though. Like the geography of the maps seems pretty well done. Like whatever script you have running that, they seem different enough and things. So that's cool. And there seems to be enough natural barriers that you have to work around.
Hmm.
Not as much now that I'm just drop shipping everybody and their dog in, but let's
Right, but I
see.
mean, you had to build up to do that. You
Yeah.
can't just do that from the
hmm
get go.
So Stormtown Gunship, let's look at this bad boy. So we have Jink to reduce range damage. That's always cool. And then Vectored
Ooh,
Afterburners.
do we want to see a Bane Blade?
We don't have a Bane Blade. Sorry, guys. That's Imperial Guard, right? But we want to see. I mean, yes, we want to see a Bane Blade, but I don't think we're going to. Although Imperial Guard haven't died yet, so
they are definitely very hardy when it comes to that. They don't give up. They might break easy, but then they come back.
I mean, yeah, because if they don't, they're gonna get shot. So like, maybe a chance I'll be the one guy that doesn't get eaten by Tyranids.
Let me see. Okay, now I'm
Ooh, they've
curious
got a
about
Gorknot. That looks scary. 80 health. Jeepers, Batman. Look at that. He's got. Ooh, he can transport.
where.
Oh, he can transport units. What? I was actually
Oh,
wondering if they're gonna include rhinos or something in this. But that's cool.
so that's their ultimate unit.
I'm thinking he's got 80 health. He's beefier than anything I have. I don't know what's my ultimate unit.
Oh, if you want to see a Bane Blade, this is what he says. Um, hit Control D at the same time for the debug panel, and then you
Okay.
can add one yourself.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
The chapter master has granted you access. You may summon a Bane Blade to fight this.
Um, and then this is gonna be for. Let me not give this to someone else. Oh, that's awesome.
Community request from Reclusive Mind: Bane Blade versus Gorkanaut. Make it happen.
Okay, that just like made my day. How do I put this in there though? So I've got the Bane Blade, complete object. Nope.
Hit add
Add
unit.
unit. Okay. Boom, baby. 144 health. He has an
And zoom in. I
autocannon.
want to see what it. I want to see what it looks like when you zoom in.
Blade cannon. He's got an Apocalypse Blast. Okay.
Oh,
Twin linked heavy
nice.
bolter. Demolisher cannon.
You know what the Bane Blade needs to do, right?
Kill it.
You can upgrade the Gorkanaut.
I mean, the Gorgonaut seems fine. Here, we're gonna fight here.
So
Boom!
you can upgrade the Bane Blade. And a Reclusive Mind, Imperial Guard bailing out the Space Marines yet again.
Yet again. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, let's get you here, maybe.
Awesome. Yeah, we definitely need to stream more. This is fun.
Yeah, man.
But it's like we want to, but all of our schedules are so crazy that we gotta plan this out like weeks ahead.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. He can use his ability the same turn, the Demolisher Cannon. That's pretty good. I mean, that being said, this guy is still pretty dang strong.
Mm,
Like,
Yeah, the Gorkanaut's pretty powerful.
what's the Space Marine unique unit? Just out of curiosity, not to turn this into a complete cluster, but is it the Storm Raven
No,
gunship?
I don't know. I cannot see.
You cannot see.
No, remember I'm zoomed out. I'm looking at chat.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, he ran away from the Bane Blade. Okay, that Bane Blade is legit, to say the least. Yeah. Well, yeah. Where I got my setup here, I'm gonna start streaming instead of doing Let's Plays because it's easier. With my schedule changing with all the stuff in real life with school and stuff, so we'll see.
Well, if you tell me ahead of time, like I like Tuesday nights,
Yeah,
if that
probably.
works for you.
Probably that's what I used to do with Ben. Yeah. He has an
So,
aura of fear, so they do less melee damage. That's cool.
mhm.
You can
Ooh, which
fire that
unit?
cannon the
Oh, the
Bane
Bane
Blade
Blade?
scares people. Yeah.
Yeah, well, duh.
He's actually really good for this because he has that reduced melee damage, so he's surviving a lot more than he might have
Oh, you
otherwise.
see, the Gorkanaut, he got his gumption back and he attacked the Baneblade.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he actually did pretty decent damage to it, although I'm more powerful.
Hmm.
That's so cool. I'm so excited to play Imperial Guard. Thank you guys for teaching me that little trick. I would never have thought to try to access console commands, but like off stream, I think we're just gonna, yeah.
You're gonna
Unless
get a
you guys
power
have a
trip.
problem with it, I might make like a 10 Bane Blades versus something video and put that up on YouTube if you guys are kosher with that. I know they're not accessible to the public or stuff yet, but that might be worth doing. Boom.
That's
Kill
nice.
that orc
So yeah, I
boss.
think 5 minutes will be good.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up. We're gonna have this Bane Blade roll in. He's gonna roll out and do some damage. I do want to
They
use this
said it's
guy.
okay for you to do that.
Sweet.
So you should see what other things you can do there.
Oh yeah, we're going to here. Let's look. Um,
Watch Greater Demon of Corn. What?
what? Oh crap, that's a. No, I think they're staying pretty close to the 4 guys. Valkyrie, what would that be? Oh, okay, Valkyrie, duh. Okay, that must be an Imperial Guard unit. That's kind of cool. We'll play around with that in a second. Can you go into him? Yeah. Valkyrie's gonna go transport these Terminators. Danger close. Now we're just having fun cheating. This is why I don't use cheat codes,
So it should
guys.
be.
Because if
So
you
it
do,
should
you
be a
can.
thunder. It should be a Thunderhawk for Space Marines.
Yeah. Well, I forgot what a Valkyrie was. So, bring the gunship over here. I want to go see who's left over here. If the Imperial Guard is still around or not.
Are you gonna deliver the ship to them?
I'm gonna deliver the Terminators to the door. Be like, knock knock. Whoa,
Oh,
wow! Look at
using your
these
own ship. That's mean.
Terminators. Would do significant damage to them. Yeah, that is pretty powerful. That's probably good they toned them down. Like, a wounded Devastator squad shouldn't do that much to an elite unit. Oh,
Well,
he's
it
gonna probably
depends.
wreck them.
I mean, if they have multi-meltas, they would do a lot.
Oh, hey, look, we just saw a city placement. That's how it works. Okay, with orcs at least. Oh, well, the Devastators said, "Come at me, bro," and he came.
The city was immediately displaced, or was that with the Gorkanaut?
No, the Devastators said, "Come at me, bro," and the Gorkanaut said, "Okay." And then the Devastators are,
No more.
yeah, no more. I think's the right way to put that. So you can hold
He's
for
now
4
wearing
Terminators.
Devastator shoes.
Let's see. Let me look if there's any other units that like stick out
Does
to me.
does the flying unit was it affected by the weed?
I don't think it was on the weed.
You flew through it.
No, it wasn't actually. Good point.
So that here's a question. So when you have the wire weed, are flying units affected by it if they stop over it? Okay, so there's a request for a Squiggy Goth. For a gargantuan Squiggy Goth.
What is that? Like a giant squig or something?
Why don't you? That's the request. Why didn't you fulfill it? The power fantasy.
A what? A squiggy goth? Was that something on here?
That's a tier 8 orc unit.
I don't see what it is. What's it called? Sorry.
A gargantuan Squiggy Goth.
Okay, I got my ABCs here. Gargantuan.
So wire weed doesn't affect skimmers or flyers. Okay. Skimmers. That's a Tautro. How about graftings? Does it affect the graftings? Or anti-graft?
So we're gonna have we're gonna take a squiggy knot. Well, no, we need to give them a squiggy knot. How do I give it to them? Because that's I used to do this fair. Nope. Nope. Give it to AI Orcs Orange. Oh, we killed it. Okay, we played too much. Let me boot that up again real quick here. We gotta make that work. 2 seconds. 2 seconds, guys. Stay with me. We'll take this squeaky knot. That's what we'll do. Okay. Put that in there. We're back. In a second. You still with me, Nate?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
I'm
It just got
just
quiet. I was
watching.
like, did my computer just die instead? Is that
No,
what
no, your
happened?
computer.
Did not die. Okay.
At the
So
bottom where it says 0.
yeah, I did that,
0
and
is you.
then it kind of died. So I'm gonna give
I
me
see.
the squeaky knot instead,
Okay.
just so that we can play with it and don't crash anything here. Oh, I'm the wrong thing again, aren't I? That's a building. There we go. And
I was just answering. I was looking at the email. So I saw the emails
oh
that came
my
in. So
goodness, look at that
what?
thing. You'll
Oh,
see
I
it.
can't see it. I'm like 30 seconds or
Oh
20
man, Nate, you're gonna
seconds.
miss out. It's so cool.
I'm not gonna. Oh,
That
yes.
is legit. He's gonna
I
squeaky
like how it
knot
has
this,
the I like how it has the mounted cannon gun on its back.
right?
Uh-huh.
It's got a cool ability stomp too, where you do melee to everybody in an
Hmm.
area. So that's cool. It's like area effect.
So Proxy Studios, quick question for you guys. Will there be an army painter at some point? You can, and the squiggy guy can transport units.
Yeah, it's got like a billion attributes too. Like scavenger. Oh, interesting. It's ores per kill. That's gonna help out works. Cool.
So you gave it to the orcs?
No, I gave it to me.
Oh, I see.
It's my squeaky god.
So the orcs are going to be attacking their kin?
They're gonna be dying to their kin.
They're all
Yes.
they're all related.
I mean, yeah. Who's to say really? Let's stomp this pain boy. Oh, that's how stomps happen. And he's still gonna attack. We can see a better angle this time. That's really cool looking. I've never even seen this unit in 40K. I'm not familiar
Mhm.
with that.
Well,
So
you are now.
I am now. That's for sure. All right, guys. Well, we had some fun there at the end. Thanks again for that tip for all the nice super ultimate units. That's pretty awesome. So
But no cheating, okay? Don't cheat.
yeah, no cheat. Yeah, guys,
Resist the
don't
urge.
kids don't cheat. Don't cheat. Just don't do it. Yeah, no, it will ruin games for you. Every like 12-year-old who's used cheat codes knows that. So ruined Warcraft 2 for me. Sad day. Don't do it.
Thankfully, there was Warcraft 3, right?
Thankfully, yes.
unless unless you don't get caught.
No, I mean, just like once you use cheat codes, like it ruins the fun of the game. You're like, oh, I could just do this, and then like. All right, well, Chapter Master Nate, any final words? I think I'm gonna sign off here in a second.
Just thanks for everybody that joined us, the people that emailed at the times that I had requested. I shall be emailing you back in the next couple of hours with your keys,
Yeah.
the ones that are picked. I'm not going to say how many people there are, but it's more than 2 and less than 600. So
There you go. More than 2 and less than 600. And then again, this game's what? It's on pre-order right now, so
yes, it's
you can get it on Steam.
$39.99. You get,
Hmm.
as part of the pre-order bonus, you get a new neutral unit, Lord of Skulls,
Yeah.
which is going to harass everybody. You get 7 different not screensavers, wallpapers, and you get the soundtrack.
Yeah, you really like the neutral units in this game are so fun. They didn't really get shown off on this. I think the AI ate them a little bit better than before, but they can be in a pain in the butt. There's some really cool units we didn't see. So I'm excited for that Lord of Skulls guy because yeah, I hope he's actually kind of as strong as like a Gorgonaut or something. That would be cool to have just this super beefy guy that ruins your day for
Yeah,
a
you
while, you know?
you say
Like
that now. You say that now, unless you happen upon one like turn 3 of your game. You're
no,
like, okay,
I would love that
interest
because
lost.
like barbarians are always just like trash annoyances. Like it'd be nice to actually have a, you know, problem. But yeah, so
Well,
check it out. We're gonna keep doing streams for this, YouTube
so
videos and stuff. So
the from Proxy Studios, the Lord of Skulls is almost twice the cost of the second strongest unit in the game. There you go. You wanted it?
Been
May you
granted. My
face
my
it.
wish has been granted. Thank you. Um,
Two
yeah,
Bane Blades. There you go.
2 Bane Blades. Yeah, bring your Bane Blades. All right. Well, thanks again, everybody, for joining us. Thank you, everyone. It was great. I had a lot of fun for the questions and all that.
Thank you.
So
This has been Dallin, the streamer, and Nate, the
Chapter Master Nate, come on, own
moderator.
up to
Moderator.
it. All right. Thanks, guys.
And I'll be in touch with my Proxy Studios rep throughout the week. So, if you guys have any other questions, I link 2 different articles that we have going right now. You can ask them in there. And once you get your keys, for those that have won them, don't wait to claim them. That's my only suggestion is you get them, claim them, don't wait. And if you have any further questions, just either in the email back to me or in the comments for where we announce this giveaway stream.
Yep. Sounds good.
And as a parting thought, Proxy Studio said that they would love to do an army painter, and that's something that might be for additional content, so maybe a future DLC. And I think
Sure.
that will be very well received by the community.
Cool. Well, thanks Proxy Studio for being with us, especially too. Special thanks for you guys. It's always awesome when we get devs on. So we love these games. Thank you for all you do. All right, Nate.
Bye. All right, dude.
Catch you later. Bye.
All right.